I think she's with probably some boys or a boyfriend of some sort and having a good old time. Maybe her mum's over here worried sick.
I'm 10 weeks pregnant and, yeah, he'd be first grandchild for him. So I really hope that we find him.
I miss him. I want to back my husband.
This could have been the last place that Jamie was... Well, it was the last place he was seen alive. He could still be around this area.
It's 8 a.m. at the New South Wales Missing Persons Unit.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon. Is this Ellen McGill?
Yeah?
Hi, it's Lee Hadley calling from the Police Missing Persons Unit.
Lee is on the phone to the grandmother of Liberian teenage refugee Winnie McGill. She's been missing for 5 days.
Was there anything that led to her going missing?
Yeah, but I was not here when she left. I was at work. In fact, the sister rang me to tell me that she came from school and made the room empty.
It's been 7 years since 13-year-old Winnie and her sister fled to Australia with their grandma. They left believing they'd lost their mum to the civil war in Liberia. But 2 years ago, they discovered their mum had survived and was living in Canada. Since then, Winnie's mum has been saving up to fly to Australia to be reunited with her 2 daughters. But now, the day before she arrives, 13-year-old Winnie is missing.
She'll be here by 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Oh, Winnie's mum's coming to Australia tomorrow morning at 8:30.
Yes.
Does she know what's happened with Winnie?
She knows. I rang her.
So she's going to take Winnie back to Canada with her?
Yeah, she wants to.
Oh, OK. And how does Winnie feel about that?
She was happy from the beginning, but I don't know at this time why she has added like that.
OK, well, we'll come and see you at 12.
Okay.
All right, lovely. All right, take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
It's quite out of character. Like, she's a young teenager. She likes to go to parties and hang out with friends, but it seems like Winnie has planned to run away. She's taken a large amount of clothing, her toiletries and cosmetics and that sort of thing, so it seems like it's quite planned and thought out, and possibly someone's picked her up with her luggage and taken her somewhere.
Across town, police are already on the road in the search for 52-year-old Ross Hipwell.
We're heading up to Merriweather to see Ree, the daughter of the missing person, Hipwell.
Ross is a keen surfer and threw his surfboard in the back of his Kombi 2 weeks ago. But after taking off, he hasn't been seen since.
He makes regular contact with his daughter and he has failed to do this. His mobile phone is dead. So, you know, we've got some strong concerns for him at this stage.
And just as they arrive in the beachside suburb of Merriweather, where Ross lives, the office calls with what could be a promising lead.
It looks like his account's been used on the 2nd, the 3rd and the 5th of this month around the Harrington area.
Let's hope it's him and not someone else. All right, mate, keep us in touch anyway if you hear anything else, will you?
Will do for sure.
OK then, bye.
See ya.
Yeah, well, that's rather interesting. At least we can see now that his account is being used. Whether he's using it or someone else, well, you know, that's debatable. But it sounds like it's being used up in the Harrington area. I'm not real sure where that is, but I think it's a little bit further north than here. So we might sort of head up that way a bit later on and see if we can spot him up there. Hopefully he's there.
Back on the hunt for 13-year-old runaway Winnie McGill, police have just arrived at her home to talk with her grandmother.
Hi, how you going? Is it Ellen? Can we come in?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So I was going to come out today and to speak to you about Winnie and what's going on with her.
She has been leaving, coming back, and I told her that it was not necessary for her to be up and down. She should go to school. So on Thursday, when I went to work, when I came back, everything of her was out of the room.
Did she speak to you about wanting to go anywhere or do anything?
No. She never told me anything.
No.
And then an examination of Winnie's room reveals she planned to go somewhere.
So the amount of stuff she would have took, would have been something that she could carry herself, like in a backpack, or would have it required like a number of bags?
There were 2 bags here, and she emptied the cousin bag from in his room and used it also.
So a few bags.
Yeah, so I suspected maybe she might come with another bed, I don't know.
Yeah. Could she carry those herself?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how she got it out.
So wherever Winnie was going, she was well prepared. With 3 suitcases full of belongings, it's obvious she's not coming home anytime soon.
You'd really think after not seeing her mum for a few years that she would have been really excited to see her. When she last saw her mum, was there anything that she would be resentful towards her mum for? Did she felt that her mum sort of abandoned her, so to speak?
We didn't know where she was. When they walked in our country, there was a fighting in our country. Everybody went, you know, different way. We didn't know where she was.
So you lost contact from...
We lost contact with one another. There's no small war. It's all about killing. And so you're running for life.
Grandmother Ellen has established a new life for the family after the horrors of civil war. Now, the day before the reunion with her own family, Winnie is gone.
She not make me feel miserable because she know from the time she was born, she has been with me. So I miss her too. Yeah, I'm feeling bad. I've been crying.
In the search for 13-year-old Winnie McGill, Dan and Lee are talking to Winnie's younger sister, Georgetta. She's home from school so she can hold her mum for the first time in 7 years.
Winnie know about your mum coming to see us?
Yeah.
Did she say anything about that at all?
She said she don't want to go, she want to stay.
Was that something that you're expecting, like to go with your mum, live with your mum for a while, or?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
But of course, without her big sister, this family is very incomplete.
I want her to come back, for us to be one family and live together in good hands.
And now, grandmother, daughter and granddaughter are about to be reunited.
No, Mom. Don't cry.
But then, from joy to heartache, now they have to face the reality of their missing child.
We're with the missing persons unit with the police, and we're just here in regards to Winnie.
Just came from Canada, just arrived.
Yeah.
Have you heard about Winnie not being at home, going missing?
It's just hard to say anyway.
Yeah.
Do you want
Have
to
a
sit down?
seat.
Definitely.
A long trip.
At Merriweather in Newcastle, police have arrived at surfer Ross Hipwell's unit where they're meeting his daughter, Ree.
Gary Bailey, missing persons, and this is Steve McAllister.
Hi, how are you?
We just come in for a little while. You've heard nothing?
Heard nothing at all.
We do have some information at the moment where he may be. But I can't tell you.
Okay.
Due to privacy reasons, he may wish to just be away and doesn't want anyone to know where he is, you know?
Yeah, if that's the case, I just would like him him to tell us, someone, just to ring me and say, he's okay, you know, I'd love to hear his voice, but if he doesn't want to speak to me, that's fine, right? If you can just tell me that he's okay.
And you've been trying his mobile and that?
Yeah, I continually getting message bank.
Just keeps going to message bank. You know, hopefully it might have gone flat or something, you know. So I don't think there'd be no real reason for him to sort of ignore you, would there?
No. Well, I don't, as far as I'm aware, I haven't done anything wrong.
What about sort of friends and that?
He's a loner.
He's sort of a loner.
I've contacted the friends that he recently mentioned and they haven't seen him in like a large amount of time, so.
What sort of car?
It's an old combi, maybe in its 70s.
Yep.
What colour is it?
Green. Black and white checkered curtains in the back part of the camper.
And Ross's disappearance has come at a time when family is so important, particularly to Ree.
I'm 10 weeks pregnant and yeah, he'd be first grandchild for him. So I really hope that we find him.
Missing person's daughter, she's a lovely girl, most upset. We're now going to head up to Harrington and see if we can find him, hopefully.
Gary and Steve head further north to where they think Ross might be accessing his accounts. Back inside, Ree makes this emotional plea to her dad.
I love you. I just want you to come home. I just want to hear from you and let you know that I'm okay. Just tell me that you're okay. That's all. But I love him so much.
Back at Winnie's home, her mother's journey halfway around the world certainly hasn't been the happy homecoming she'd expected.
Would it have been a possibility that Winnie might have left home here because she didn't want to see you and be forced to go back to Canada with you?
I don't know.
Yeah, she wouldn't be worried
I'm not going
about
to force her to get to Canada with me, no. I know the law, because if I force her to get to Canada, I'm going to be in trouble.
No one's saying that. We just thought she might have been worried about seeing you and nervous that if she had to go with you back to Canada or not. Because we're just thinking what possibilities were going through her mind.
I really don't know. I really don't know at all. I really don't know.
But the real worry is not why Winnie ran away, but if she's safe and well.
Well, I'm worried maybe she might be there with somebody bad, they might rape her or do something bad, or she with some bad friends that will influence her to start to go into do drugs. That's my biggest worry right now. Yeah.
Just then, Winnie's uncle Koji arrives with a lead.
This girl, if you get to this girl, you get to Winnie.
Okay.
Koji thinks she may have hooked up with an older man she met at a refugee camp in Liberia 7 years earlier. Lee only has a first name and a partial address in Queensland.
Are you guys going to hold the person responsible? Because back in Africa, if somebody comes and take your kids away, the police is going to hold that person responsible. Because your kid can come to my house and I keep her in the house.
If the older man, who at 26 is twice Winnie's age, has helped her run away, he could be in a lot of trouble.
I don't know what's going through Winnie's head. And so we're going to go back to the station now and make some inquiries. There's a possibility that she might be in Queensland. So we'll follow this up and hopefully be able to reunite Winnie with her mum shortly.
Gary and Steve have had a long drive to the New South Wales north coast. Their search is for surfer dad Ross Hipwell.
Yeah, we've been on the road now, probably getting close towards 4 hours, I suppose. Then we've got about another 20-odd k's till we get to Harrington. I believe there's about 3 caravan parks in Harrington. We'll go around to each one of those and with a bit of luck, we might be able to pick the missing person up there and because he's got his vans and hopefully he's parked in one of the caravan parks.
It's sunset when they finally reach the outskirts of Harrington.
Caravan park.
I think there's a caravan park here. Look at it. Yeah, that'll be one of the 3. Hang on, look, there's that green van there. That could be his van. Unbelievable.
Turn around.
Oh, we couldn't be that lucky.
At the New South Wales Missing Persons Unit...
Good morning, Missing Persons Unit. Lee Hadley speaking.
Constable Lee Hadley is trying to track down the older man 13-year-old Winnie McGill is thought to be with in Queensland.
Mum's pretty distressed that her daughter hasn't been home. She's been in tears every day. Like, she's meant to be over here on a holiday and catching up with her daughters, and it's meant to be an enjoyable time. Good morning, Missing Persons Unit. Lee
But just then, Lee gets this call from Winnie's mum. She tells Lee she's just received a puzzling text message from Winnie.
She said she's very sorry to grandma for leaving, and she was going to be home at any time.
And I tried calling the number that she used for the text message, and a girl picked up the phone. She said her name was Christina. And she was like, it was a mistake. How can it be a mistake? How do you know her mom is here? You know, why she have to lie and say she don't know Winnie?
It's all very sus.
It's a bit of confusion over who the message has been sent by, but we're going to get a copy of that number this afternoon. We'll be able to do some inquiries ourselves and hopefully establish who it's been sent from and maybe even speak to Winnie.
At the Queensland Missing Persons Unit, Detective Jim Ryan is investigating the strange disappearance of 55-year-old father of 5, Neil Marr.
Neil was last seen in Mildura in Victoria. Prior to that, he had been working at a bee farm in Morgan in South Australia. He is a person who is a qualified pharmacist, and he's the sort of person who can just about turn his hand to anything. Our concerns for Neil are that he has failed to make contact with his girlfriend. He failed to make contact with his family over Christmas, and all we'd like to do is just make sure that he's safe and that he's looking after himself. You right to go, Carmel?
Jim and Carmel's first step is to fly to Victoria to interview Neil's elderly parents. In the search for 13-year-old runaway Winnie McGill, police have raced to her home to examine her mysterious text message.
Knock, knock. Hi, how you doing? Were you able to get that phone number for us that we spoke about?
This is the text message.
Grandma, I'm really sorry for putting you through all this pain, and I'm coming home any time from now, so you shouldn't mind looking for me. I'm fine. I'm coming back home on Tuesday. Say hello to Mama. I miss all of you. Bye.
If the message did come from Winnie, it's great news. But there's no real way to be sure who it came from.
I told my mom I don't trust anybody with anything they tell me right now. I'm just looking up to you guys. That's all.
We're doing our best for you. That's what we want to help you and get Winnie back.
If she doesn't want to go with me to Canada, I am not going to force her. My mom is so she can steal my mom, but I'm going to.
In the Neil Marr case, Queensland detectives have travelled to Druin in country Victoria to interview his parents.
Neil's dad hasn't been real well lately, and their main sort of focus on things is that they'd like Neil to contact them, especially in the time of illness and when the family sort of really has to rally around.
How long is it since you've seen Neil?
The first weekend in August was when we had our family reunion, and we've heard nothing from him since.
How was he at the reunion? Was he good? Did he interact with everybody else in the family?
Yes.
Perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal.
Nothing playing on his mind?
Well, if there was, he covered it up very well.
When he left here, he was going down to Morgan to see a chap about a job in a beekeeping business, and we sort of haven't heard anything of him since.
All right. Do you know what sparked this interest in this beekeeping enterprise? I mean, it just seems completely out of the blue.
Well, when he was living at Cairns originally, he did have a hive or two out on his little house, didn't he?
Yes.
We were dairy farmers, and I suppose he's always been country-minded. Yes.
But you would think, knowing that you're not well, Norman, that he would have kept in touch after the reunion?
That's what I would have thought, yes. He'll be 88 in June, so, and I'm 83, so, you know, anything can happen any time.
Norm has had 3 strokes, the most recent only 2 weeks ago, and his son's disappearance is not good for his failing health.
Well, Norman and Val, they're pretty worried about Neil, as we can see by that. I think our best bet now is that we head over to South Australia to the beekeeping farm and see if we can track down his last movements from where he was last working. Rego, it's AT something.
Mate?
Ah, that's it.
That's it, yeah.
There he is.
It's now 2 weeks since Ross Hipwell's pregnant daughter has seen her father. But at Harrington on the New South Wales North Coast, police have found his combi van.
Yeah, that's him.
Surfboard's in it and all, mate.
Yeah.
Suppose we better go see the office.
Oh, there, how you going? Thank you. We're looking for this chap here. We noticed his van's out in front of you. Got him staying here?
Oh, OK. This is this chap that's... Ross, isn't it? Ross?
Yeah, Ross.
Yeah,
Ross. Yeah, Ross. He's got a van out there.
Yeah, a combi van.
Yeah.
He's been here for about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
He's not staying here, but he's visiting one of our residents, yes.
Well, that's all we have to do is just side him and just have a quick go into him and we'll be out of here, you know?
Sure.
He can do what he likes.
You know where he's staying in?
No.
No? Site...
Hello, how are you?
We're from the Missing Persons Unit. We're just looking for Mr. Hipwell. We believe he's here.
You're kidding? Has his daughters been looking for him?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I'm so sorry. That's right, mate. You just... Yeah, put some gear on.
After hours on the road, Gary and Steve have found surfer Ross Hipwell.
You can tell why I miss him. yeah.
But he's certainly not surfing. On the New South Wales North Coast, Gary and Steve have finally caught up with 52-year-old Ross Hipwell.
Would we be able to just come in for a minute? He has been reported missing.
He vanished 2 weeks ago without a word, leaving his frantic and pregnant daughter at home.
Yeah, what's happened is that your daughter's been extremely worried about you. She hasn't heard from you since the 26th of April.
Yes, my birthday.
Yes, she said that, and she's been trying to ring you, and the phone keeps going to message bank.
Yes. Yep. Phone's flat.
Flat, is it?
Yep. No charger.
No charger?
Expected to be away a day. Been away over a week.
Yep. You're looking well.
I'm feeling good.
So we've got
great.
We've got a poster there. You look a little bit different. You've got no glasses on. Your hair's a bit.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do is ring your daughter.
Yep.
You have any objections to that? Knowing where she...
No, not at all.
Would you like to talk to her?
I'd love to talk to her.
All right, and you might be able to set her...
I'd love to talk to her.
All right.
Put her mind at peace anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm so sorry that I've made her feel that way and just didn't even think.
No.
Didn't think.
She'll be happy, let me tell you.
Hello, Catherine, Ree speaking.
Is that Ree, is it?
Yeah?
Yeah, Gary Bailey, Missing Persons. How you going?
Good, mate. Have you got good news for me?
I'll put you on to someone, OK?
Thank you.
Hey, sweetheart.
Oh, Sean! Oh, my goodness, I love you so much.
I'm really sorry, darling. I didn't even think. I didn't think. I've just gone away for... I just went away for a couple of days and it just went longer than I expected and I'm so sorry. Thanks for everything, darling. I'm so sorry on that. I won't do that again, okay?
That's all right. I will ring you when you get home.
Okay.
Just put it back on, Ross.
Okay, just 1 second. Someone wants to talk to you, okay? I love you too, sweetheart. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, my darling.
Bye, I love you.
I hope you're not saying that to me. Yeah, I told you we'd find him. But,
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No worries. He's quite happy up here. I think he's having a good time. Anyway, it's all good news and...
thanks so much.
No worries. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, she's over the moon, isn't she?
Well, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks heaps, but I'm so sorry. I just feel...
No, sorry, mate.
I'm just embarrassed about it.
No, that's right.
We'll let you go about your business now and we'll head back to Parramatta and we'll take you off the system.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, well, that's a good result. We've found Ross. He's quite happy up here. He was just the old adage, he forgot to let his daughter know. He's very apologetic. But we've contacted the daughter. She's happy. Ross is happy. Everyone's happy. So we'll leave it at that.
Police are on the trail of missing Mount Isa father of 5, Neil Maher. Queensland Police have now moved from Victoria to a bee farm here in South Australia, where he was last known to be working.
Hello.
Elizabeth,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm Jim.
Jim.
Hey, Carmel.
Carmel. How do you do?
How are you?
Yes, come in, thank you. Yeah.
So where did Neil stay when he was here?
He slept in the caravan and we were sleeping up the other end of the shed here.
Did he give you some notice that he was going to leave?
Not really. Had a bit of a upset with my partner. I knew the situation between the two of them wasn't good, so it didn't really surprise me.
Do you know why it wasn't any good?
The relationship between people with my partner is difficult always.
Did you personally find Neil amiable?
Yeah, we got on very well.
The information I've got here is that on the 15th of October last year, you told the police that Neil had left several pairs of dress trousers, a few dress shirts, jumpers, casual shirts, a couple of pairs of casual shorts. Is all that stuff still here?
There are still bits pieces here.
Oh, and you don't know what they are, or?
Well, yes, there's the what? Well, I don't know what state it's in now.
And while Jim and Carmel head off to search Neil's suitcase, back home, his mum Val asks for any news from her son, now missing for 9 months.
Neil, we're just wondering where you are, and if you will please let us know where you are and that you are well, and we'll be so happy to hear from you.
In Sydney, police have hit the road after an unexpected breakthrough in the case of 13-year-old runaway Winnie McGill.
We've been in contact with Winnie's mum, and she's actually contacted her family and let them know that she's in Perth, actually. And we're heading out to the airport today. She's flying in this afternoon, so we're going to go meet Winnie and take her home to mum and her grandma.
So Winnie never ran off with an older man after all. She was with friends she'd met at the refugee camp in Liberia, but never bothered to tell her family.
A lot of police time and efforts have been spent on trying to locate Winnie, as do a lot of cases involving young persons, when a simple phone call or contact would help free police time and efforts for other more serious things.
Okay, let's see what time the flight's coming in.
Oh, maybe it's late. 4:15, 16:15,
Yeah.
and then it says 18.
It's late.
Yeah. It's frustrating hanging around the airport. I can think of better things to do, waiting for Winnie, but, you know, has to be done, so we're here.
This is Neil's,
Back on the bee farm in South Australia,
and this is all his stuff.
Jim and Carmel are going through the suitcase the father of 5 left behind.
There's a Motorola number here with a customer ID on it.
Super Fund. It's January 07.
And then they find this vague clue.
It says, please find as a listed long-term employee, you have been issued with a hydration pack to be used in your day-to-day work at the feedlot. Probably have to do a bit of good old-fashioned police work on this because there's no phone number, there's nothing as far as the employee's concerned or the employer that issued it or where the feedlot is.
With not much more to go on, Jim's hoping Neil Maher's girlfriend can fill in the blanks. So their next destination is Mount Isa, almost 3,000 kilometres away. Sydney runaway 13-year-old Winnie McGill has just turned up on a plane from Perth.
Looks like that now.
Although looking embarrassed and sheepish, Winnie arrives looking safe and well.
Hey, Winnie. How you going? I'm Lee, and this is Phil from the police. Just come to collect you and take you home to Mum.
How's that sound? Good?
Yeah? You all right?
You okay? A bit tired. Yeah? All right, we'll go down this way, get your baggage.
So why did you go to Perth? Nothing. It's not for nothing. It's a long way to go. It's the other side of Australia. Are you going to talk to your mum and your family about it? Yeah? It's probably a good idea. Sort some stuff out. Yeah. Did you have money and stuff? Where'd you get your money from? Your friend's money? What did you say to them when you turned up in Perth?
I told them I came for a holiday.
That you came for a holiday? But school holidays have only just started. You haven't been at school much, have you? No. Do you not like school?
I do not.
Yeah. Why don't you go?
After almost 2 weeks on the run,
What year are you in? Year 9.
13-year-old Winnie isn't giving away much.
This one? Yeah. Yep. They're big suitcases for a little girl. They're just full of clothes. Lots of clothes for you. Oh my God, and you took all these with you?
Yeah, it's not heavy.
Yeah, they're not heavy? Okay, as long as we don't hurt ourselves.
The time has finally come
Pop in this side.
for Winnie to see her mum for the first time in 7 years. The mother who plans to take her back to Canada to live. At the New South Wales Missing Persons Unit,
Hello, is that Mr. Blewett?
It is, yeah.
Oh, hi, Mr. Blewett. It's Joanne Campbell from the Police Missing Persons Unit.
Hi, Joanne.
Constable Joanne Campbell has just been handed a new case. She's on the phone to the nephew of John Power, an 85-year-old who's been missing for 5 days.
Last time I saw him in person was about mid-November, but I spoke to him about 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
And was he okay? Like, he was happy and in good spirits when you spoke to him?
But he was in very good spirits.
John moved to Australia from Ireland after serving in the Second World War. A bachelor, he lives on his own in a Department of Housing flat.
Has John got any medical problems that you know of?
No, he had an eye problem, which was attended to, but he's an incredibly fit man.
So apart from that, he's fit and healthy?
Very much so, very much so. Mentally very, very sharp and aware.
Yeah. Is there any other information you may have?
He sometimes goes to the Vikings Leagues Club in Dundas, so he has a group of pals that he meets down there.
Oh, OK, then. Well, that's information that we haven't had. We'll make further inquiries.
Okay.
Hopefully find him soon.
Great.
OK, thanks a lot. OK, bye-bye. First of all, we'll go to his house, have a look around his house, and then go to the Vikings Leagues Club and hopefully speak to some friends over there, just to see if they know anything about where he may have gone to.
In the Neil Marr case, Queensland Police have now arrived in Mount Isa to meet Roanne, who's been Neil's girlfriend for 5 years.
Hello, Roanne. Hello, I'm Carmel.
Oh, hi.
And this is Jim.
How are you? Jim, how you going?
Hi, good, thank you.
Can we come in?
Yes, sure.
We're conducting inquiries in relation to Neil. What can you tell us?
The last time I spoke to him was on the 17th of October. He sounded down, and I think he was a wee bit lost. And then I said to him, have you got any money left? And he said, very little. And I said to him, make a collect call, and then I'll organise to get some money to you. He didn't make that call, and that's the last time I spoke to him.
What do you think's happened to him? Where do you think he is?
I think he's either decided to go bush and disappear for a while, or something's happened to him.
The father of 5 has been missing now for 9 months, so Roanne makes this request.
Neil, we miss you, we love you. If you don't want to be found, at least ring and let someone know that you're okay. We miss you.
Back in New South Wales, in the case of 85-year-old John Power, police are on their way to talk to the neighbours who reported him missing.
The reason I'm concerned is because of his age, and he seems to be a social person,
has lots of friends at the Vikings Leagues Club and all his neighbours that have reported him missing, but none of them have seen him for 5 days, which is a bit concerning.
John's been living here for 10 years and he's well known by his neighbours who all look out for each other.
Hi, Scott. Yeah. Hi, I'm Joan Campbell from the Missing Persons Unit. We just want to speak to you about Mr. Power. Yeah. Is there any other information you can give us about the last time you saw him?
Just saw him going down the road. I'm not too sure what day it was or what, yeah. I'm always having my door open and see him walk past and, you know, putting his garbage away or walking down the road or something like that, yeah.
On Friday, he loves a form guy from the Herald.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I'm late going down, he'll knock on the door asking where it is.
So you put it in your box here?
Yeah, so nothing was picked out of there since, well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday was still there. Yeah, I am concerned for him, because he's a decent old guy.
I'm really concerned about Mr. Powell because he was told by one of the neighbours to let them know if ever he was going to be away for a while, and he hasn't done that. So we'll go and make some inquiries at Vikings and see if we can get more information there.
The next step is his local leagues club. In Queensland, detectives have arrived back in Brisbane after 3 states and 8,000 kilometres. They're about to meet with federal MP Bob Catter.
Mr. Catter, Jim Ryan from Missing Persons Unit. How are you?
How do you do, Jim?
And Carmel Harris.
How you going?
Hi.
Please come in and sit down.
Thank you.
Bob and Neil have been friends ever since Neil raised national fears about bird flu coming into Australia.
He was sort of famous. Well, he was the person most responsible for preventing the cooked chicken meat from coming in from Thailand. It would have been dreadful if we'd had that avian flu. Hundreds of people in Southeast Asia died of it. So we were avoided all of those deaths and misery in Australia because of his work.
Do you find it a little bit unusual that we're investigating him as a missing person?
I'm quite amazed. I mean, I couldn't use any other word than to say amazed. He's a very pedestrian, ordinary sort of a bloke, a very good community-minded citizen. I mean, I just find it quite extraordinary.
Neil's disappearance has left everyone who knows him lost for words. So Bob makes this plea for his return.
Neil, there is no doubt in my mind that if it hadn't been for your courage and intellectual determination, avian bird flu would have gotten to Australia. So your country owes you, Neil. You've achieved a lot for your country and you're a great loss to the communities that you've left.
In New South Wales, 13-year-old Winnie McGill is about to be reunited with her mum after 7 years. Winnie hasn't set eyes on her mum since she was 6 years old. And then, for years later, thought she'd been killed in the Civil War. For Winnie, it must be a little like meeting a stranger.
Thanks very much. That's all right.
This is Winnie's grandmother.
Your grandmother?
Yeah,
nice
Ellen.
to meet you, I'm Phil.
I'm telling you, I'm really happy. I'm going to sleep good tonight. Really good tonight. Yeah.
Happy ending.
Thank you.
All right, Winnie, we're going to head off, OK? It's nice to meet you. Hope everything works out for you and you're a lot happier, OK? You talk to Mum and Grandma, your sister. They love you a lot, OK? Look after yourself, all right? All right, bye-bye. So Winnie's home now with her mum and her grandma, which is a great result. They're ecstatic to have her home, but Winnie still hasn't opened up much. She seems like a pretty private kid, and hopefully the next coming days she'll disclose what's going on and hopefully we'll be able to resolve some issues and she'll be happy at home.
Family now have to decide whether they'll stay here or move to Canada. In Queensland's Missing Persons Unit...
That's just a pay slip.
It seems some of this these papers are from early 2007.
Jim and Carmel are now closely examining items they found in the suitcase that Neil Maher left behind on the bee farm.
There's not a lot of interest that comes out of the documents that we've just been through. It doesn't really take the investigation to any great lengths, but there are some avenues that need following up.
Now at a dead end, Jim hopes Neil's daughter Kylie can give some new insight into what might have happened to her father, and maybe to give their wider circle of family and friends some answers too.
Any ideas that you might have where he could... I know it's pure speculation, but...
I'd suggest it's not places he's been before. He'd be more likely to go somewhere totally different than to go back somewhere where he'd been. I think his drive has always been wanting to be his own boss and to have kind of control of his work. So whether he was working in his own business or working in someone else's business, he'd try to make a good go of it until, you know, he didn't disagree. Until he disagreed with someone he was working with or whatever, and he'd go off and go to the next place, kind of thing. So he's, yeah, I guess in that sense, he's very, very self-reliant and that kind of thing.
Dad, we know that you might be happy somewhere, that you might be working and doing well, but we just need you to ring and let us know and just say hello and let us know what you're up to and that everything's okay. Please give us a call and let us know that you're all right. We love you very much.
And wouldn't you know it, after 9 months, Neil did ring when he accidentally discovered he was listed as missing. And he was working too, on a remote farm. He just had to get away at the time and realises now he should have contacted his family a lot earlier. Today, they're all back as one big family. And a perfect ending too for Winnie McGill and her family.
Oh, big cuddle.
Winnie and baby sister Georgetta are now living happily in Canada with their mum.
Thanks very much.
And while Grandma Ellen has decided to stay in Australia, she hopes to visit them soon. At the New South Wales Missing Persons Unit...
Hello.
Hello, is this Rowan?
Yep.
Yeah, Rowan. My name's Daniel Walker. I'm from New South Wales Police Missing Persons Unit. How are you?
Good, thanks, love.
Daniel is on the phone to Raywin Aru. Her 16-year-old son, Chevy, took off 3 days ago.
All right, and what was the circumstances of that?
Well, we picked him up, right, and we just said to him, what's the matter with you, Chevy? And away he went. He reckons that we don't effing trust him, which is a load of crock.
Chevy is a promising rugby league player and is on a sports scholarship at a prestigious high school. But he risked it all when he suddenly jumped out of his mum's car.
What sort of speed were you going when he jumped out?
Oh, about 30. I was just slowing down for the lights and out he jumped. Yeah, we don't know why.
Have you been in touch with the school at all to see if he...
They text us and tell us that he's not at school.
Okay.
But he's got league training tonight at Doonside.
So you think he'll turn up to league training?
I not think he will. He eats, breathes, sleeps league.
He just loves rugby league?
Yeah.
Has he had any history of running off like this before?
No, never.
Okay. I should be out there in the next hour and a half or so. Will that be all right?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
All right, I'll come out and speak to you in person and we'll start looking for Chevy.
All right then, love.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, well, it's a bit worrying that he's willing to jump out of a car. Like, Mum said she was slowing down for the lights, so she was doing 70 and he was saying he was going to jump out when the car was doing 70. And then she slows down for lights and she's trying to lock the doors and he just jumps out. It's a big thing for him not to be going to school and possibly risk his sports scholarship and possibly his place in the league side.
Meanwhile, Phil and Joe are on their way to meet the distressed mum of another teenage runaway, 15-year-old Jacinta Coit.
Well, it's very concerning that a 15-year-old girl is out on the streets. We don't know where she's staying. We don't know if she's staying with friends or just living on the streets, so she's quite vulnerable at that age, so we want to make sure we find her as soon as possible to make sure she's not at risk. Hi, are you Lisa?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Senior Constable Green and this is Constable Campbell.
Hi, how are you?
Can we come in?
Yeah, come in.
Thank you. Okay, so she went missing Monday morning?
Monday morning,
That's 7:15?
going to school as I thought, yep.
Sure. Do you know if she actually got to school that day?
No, she didn't, no.
Okay, there's mention in here that she might have a boyfriend. Do you know any details of that
I
person?
just got some details that come through from the school about an hour ago.
Okay,
That's,
excellent.
yeah, apparently she does. His name's Anthony from Macquarie Fields.
Okay, now that picture, is that pretty current or is that what she looks like at the moment?
No, she's actually got dark hair at the moment. That would have been a school photo, I think.
Okay, sure.
Yep. Just makes it so real when you look at something like that.
That's all right, just take your time.
And it's not just Jacinta's mum who's not coping, but her little sister Shania is also confused.
Yesterday I had to miss out on like a lot of schoolwork because I just couldn't cope thinking like what she's doing and stuff, and yeah, so that's why I'm home today because I didn't really want to go to school.
My gut feeling, I think she's with probably some boys or a boyfriend of some sort and having a good old time. Maybe and her mum's over here worried sick and just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've got no reason why she would have done what she's done. I don't have any idea, no idea at all.
In the case of teenage runaway footy player Chevy Aru, police are now on their way to interview his mother.
It's important we get out to Quakers Hill as soon as we can. From what Mum says, it sounds like a young bloke, a lot of potential there with the rugby league, and it's important we see what's running through his head because we don't want him doing anything silly and injuring himself, possibly risking a good career.
Knock, knock.
G'day. Raymond, is it? Yes. Yeah, I'm Daniel. Can we come inside?
Yeah, by all means, thank you.
So obviously you haven't heard anything further from Chevy? All right. Is there anything that's triggered this? Like you said, it's out of character.
We don't know. We honestly don't know.
Has anything happened on the weekend? Like,
I know they all attended a party at Quakers Hill.
yeah.
But that was shut down by the police.
Okay.
But we didn't know anything about that either.
What day was that?
Saturday night.
Saturday night. Okay.
We went looking for him Sunday, where he told us he was going to be. Got there, he went there.
Okay.
And we went to another friend's house, picked him up, and then he just flew off the handle in the car. He jumped out of the car on the Quakers Parkway.
It's interesting to think what's running through his head.
Oh,
for
tell me
him
about
to
it.
want to jump out of a moving car, just to see what's going through his mind and just to speak to him about it.
And it's not that there was no traffic around because we were on the parkway.
Yeah,
and,
it's a pretty busy road.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the conversation about when he jumped out? What was?
We asked him what the big problem was.
Yeah.
And he reckons that we didn't trust him.
Yeah.
Which is a load of crock.
Yeah.
There's just no need for Chevy to do this. Okay. No need at all.
And so you haven't seen him like since the Sunday?
He was seen yesterday at Blacktown by my little brother.
Yeah.
And he yelled out to him and he just took off.
He'd be more than likely catching the train to get to Blacktown and about, or?
We don't know. We don't even know where he is. That's what's making us all sick.
Yeah.
Because this is just not Chevy.
We'll get out there. That's the best thing for us right now is to be out and about.
So Daniel and Lee head to nearby Blacktown in the hope Chevy will still be in the area. In the chase for teen football star Chevy Aru, police have arrived in Western Sydney where he was last seen. They're hoping to catch some of his mates at the train station on their way home from school.
Have you seen Chev? Not this afternoon?
No. When was the last time you saw him?
Walking to the station.
When was that?
Yesterday, I think.
Yesterday? When, where and
Oh, morning. Oh, at Station 7 Hills.
Okay, is that where most of you hop off to go to school?
Yeah.
If you see him, or if you speak to your mates and they've seen him, just let him know that obviously his mum's reported him missing because his mum hasn't seen him in a while, like since the weekend. And just for him to get in touch with his family, like a family member or his mum or even the police.
Yeah, so just ask like his friends and that.
Yeah, just ask around, ask your mates. All right? Okay, thanks for your time.
Then, just as the boys walk off, one of them gets a call from a mate who has seen Chevy. So Lee takes the call.
How you going? Your name's Adam? Yeah, Adam. I'm trying to get in contact with Chevy. Chev, is he with you? What train's that? The Penrith train. Police and his parents have been looking for him, so we're worried about him, so we need to make sure he's all right. Is he okay?
Chevy is on a train heading their way, so Daniel and Lee plan to meet him as he gets off. That is, if his mate on the phone hasn't tipped him off.
You watch that one, I'll watch this one. Doesn't hop off, we'll go to football training. Yeah. It's worth a shot anyway, definitely.
But as the crowds pass them by, it seems the teenage Telegraph has blown it for the cops.
No, nothing on this side. He might have well have found out that we're waiting here and jumped off at 7 Hills like the station earlier. Try the training next and hopefully there's some luck there. All right.
Back at 15-year-old Jacinta's home, police are now getting a picture of just how involved she is in the internet chat rooms, perhaps with older men.
He's mentioned that she's got something on her computer on the internet. Is it possible to have a look at that site just to see if there's any
she actually has an age.
Or...
Her age on it was, what, 21?
Oh, really?
So she's actually up to age quite, yeah.
Is it possible for you to get into that and just show us what it looks
like? Put that up, darling, and have a look. We could all just sort of get up a profile, and there was a few photos sort of on it that will give you more of a look of a darker look of her.
This is her Beto page. Like, everybody goes on it. This is her now.
And how long ago was this taken in? This is not that long ago, was it?
No, when she first got her haircut.
She was like a bit older than 15, didn't she?
Yeah. Well, she thinks she is.
Can you actually send her a message saying, look, Mum's really worried about you, she's reported you missing, please contact home, or please attend the police station and show that you're okay?
They won't let me send her a message. So.
Shania tries, but it appears Jacinta has blocked her sister out. And she hasn't been taking her mum's calls either. So Phil tries her, hoping she'll pick up because she won't recognise the number.
Hello?
Hello, is that Jacinta?
Yeah, who's this?
Yeah, Phil Green from the Missing Persons Unit. You've been reported missing by your mum, and she's really, really worried about you. And she's called us to try and help find you. Where are you at the moment? No, didn't go very good. Unfortunately, she's hung up.
That's the first time I've heard her voice in 3 days.
Well, I'll let you know that she's answering her phone and she's okay at the moment, so that's one good thing. I just got to try and find out where she might be.
I like her to do this, but not, you know, like, not this long.
At least Jacinta is alive. But by posing as a 21-year-old on the net, 15-year-old Jacinta could be in a lot of danger. Back in the hunt for rugby league player Chevy Aru, police are hoping he'll turn up at his regular footy training.
Is this Doonside training? Yep. We've got a young bloke we're looking for. His name's Chevy. He's in the under-16s and his mum said he might be at training now. I believe training's at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 o'clock is a bit early, but I'm the coach for the 16s. So.
Oh, OK. Have you guys been training long?
No, I only started last week.
All right.
About 15, 16 here both nights last week.
OK.
And Chevy was one of them.
So Chevy's been coming to last couple of training sessions?
Yeah.
Does he normally turn up early, late, or...?
Last Tuesday's fairly early, Thursday's about on time.
OK. If it's all right with you guys, we'll hang around, see if he turns up to training or not. As I said, Mum's hasn't seen him in the last couple of days. She's really worried about him, but she does. He loves rugby league that much that she's pretty confident that he should turn up.
I'm a bit worried, actually, because I've got 15 boys and they all look like very good backs. So I've got no forwards at the moment.
OK, need some big blokes.
Yeah, he's a fairly quick sort of kid and nice hands and that, so, yeah, looks all right.
No worries, thanks for your time, mate.
Right, Dan.
Doesn't look like he's turned up at training. It is worrying, as Mum said, rugby league's everything to him. And if he didn't come to training, or I don't know what's going through his head at the moment.
Yeah, Phil Green from Missing Persons. How are you?
Back in the search for 15-year-old runaway Jacinta Coit. Police are now meeting with the deputy principal of her school, Peter South.
Making inquiries into a missing person. I believe she's one of the students of the school here, and I've been told that you may have a bit of information that may assist us with trying to locate her.
We've had a number of students that know the girl and had some idea where she might have gone to. They know about some boys that she may have met up with and a boyfriend apparently. So those girls were quite upset and distressed. They've come in here and we've had the counsellor with them and so on. One of the girls though believes she knows where one of them lives. She said she'd be willing to cooperate and somehow show you where that boy might live.
Sure.
They're worried as well.
You wouldn't happen to know any reason why she may have disappeared? I know it's come at a complete surprise to her mum. So.
Well, it's a surprise to her friends, and I think that's the thing is that she has a group of friends at the school that she knows, and they're worried about her. So it's unusual from their perspective, and that makes me sort of wonder that it's a little bit more than just taking off somewhere and returning later.
Yeah, sure.
So that's enough to worry us.
So police rush off to interview Jacinta's friend. The deputy principal goes with them to explain the urgency of the situation.
So what sort of approach do you think we need with the mother and this young lady?
I don't know if the reason she knows about this is she might have done something that maybe mum doesn't know about, so there could be issues there. And then she's going to possibly have issues with being caught out if that comes out.
Sure. Well, how about we go in and see what she has to say?
Sure.
As they head off, hoping this will give police the lead they need, back at Jacinta's home, her baby sister is starting to fret.
You've got to start thinking about others, not just yourself.
As Jacinta's mum and sister try to come to terms with her disappearance, Phil's promising lead comes to nothing.
Unfortunately, that didn't go as well as I would have liked. We spoke to the young lady. She wasn't really forthcoming with any information. She appeared to know something, but just not willing to disclose it. Whether it's fear of getting into trouble or something else, we don't know. So we're going to try some other avenues now, and hopefully we'll come up with something new.
In the ACT Missing Persons Unit, Senior Constable Bernie Neal is working on the most baffling case the Territory has seen in 2 decades.
Amelia Housey was last seen on the 17th of December 1992 about 3 a.m. by an auntie that she lived with here in the ACT. She'd come home from a night out with a boyfriend and she was upset at the time. She and her boyfriend had broken up and she wasn't in the best of spirits at the time. Her auntie went to her room about 10 o'clock in the morning and Amelia was gone. However, she did leave a note there to say that she was going for a walk to think things over and that she would ring, and she never returned. Like a lot of missing person cases, it was typical in that there were a number of sightings in the beginning for the first couple of months, and then those gradually began to taper off, but nothing could be confirmed.
And there hasn't been one lead since. So now, police are reigniting the case by using digital technology to update Amelia's photo to see what she might look like today.
Doing a photograph enhancement, we'd be hopeful that somebody could say, oh, yeah, maybe I do know this person, maybe I have seen this person, and we could reunite Amelia with her family.
Police and Amelia's family are all too aware that this is likely to be their last chance. Meanwhile, New South Wales Police have a fresh lead in the search for schoolgirl Jacinta Coit.
We've got in some information that another girl within the area might have some information where Jacinta might be, so we're just going to try that now. We're just going to visit her and see what she has to tell us.
Phil's hoping Tori will be more helpful than Jacinta's other school buddy.
How you going? I'm Phil from Missing Persons Unit. This is Joe. Just wondering if Tori's here. You're Tori? Hi, Tori. We've just got some information that maybe you might be able to help us. Actually, you might be aware Jacinta's gone missing.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that you might be able to tell us if you know where she might be at the moment.
I got told that she might be at her boyfriend's house in Menangle.
Now, her boyfriend's name's Anthony, is that right?
Yes.
Would you happen to know what his surname is?
No, sorry.
What about Joy? Don't know that one? Do you know anyone who might know who their surname is?
I think Kate might know. this person at school.
Do you have Katie's phone number?
House phone number?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Phone number.
Tori knows her friend's safety is at risk, so she hands over the number.
We're really concerned. Her intentions might be fine now, but the boys, we don't know who they are, what they're like, and if they're holding her against her will, she could be in some serious danger. So anyone who has information, please encourage them to come forward and tell us. Either tell us or tell the local police. She's only 15. If she's with some older boys, we don't want anything bad to happen to her.
In Canberra, in the cold case of Amelia Housier, Bernie Neal has arrived at Amelia's sister's home.
Hello.
G'day, Kim.
Yes, Bernie?
Yeah, Bernie Neal from the ACT.
Nice to meet you again. How you
Yeah,
going?
you too. Good to see you. Looking well, thank you.
The whole extended family has gathered to help police in the investigation.
One of the things we want to try and do to get further interest in the case is doing a photograph enhancement. So what we would try to do is, with a photograph, is have the photograph of Amelia age enhanced, so it would be how Amelia looks today. Hopefully from getting this photograph age enhanced and getting it out there into the media right across Australia, we can get some renewed interest in the case, and we'll get hopefully people calling in, and who knows, we just it might just be the goal we need to kick. Yeah.
Since she's been gone, I've been writing letters, so I've got a box full of letters for her when she comes back. Dear Amelia, it's going on to over 15 years now since you've been gone. This year has taken a huge blow to my life. In June, Dad passed away in Sydney and we had the funeral in Canberra. We're all worried about you. Grandma Whangafua, you've always been her favourite, still cries. I hurt to see her hurt. I have so much to tell you. I'm not giving up. I wonder if you still look up and remember our promise of looking up at the stars at night whenever we missed each other. We'd promised to look up at the stars, to know that we were under the same sky that made us feel close. Miss you so much, Meow. Wonder if you still look up. I still do. A promise is a promise. Pray that you're safe and well, happy and healthy. Just wish you'd call soon. Love, Lil.
In Canberra, in the long-term case of Amelia Housier, Bernie Neal is still going over the details of her disappearance with the family.
There was an article that I've got on file that said Amelia contacted her mother in Tonga about 6 months after her disappearance. And would Amelia's mother know where the call was made from? Do you know if Amelia gave any indication as to where she may have been?
So she rang from Melbourne to tell her mother she's safe, she's happy, but as long she's not going to let me know where she is.
Oh, OK.
Don't tell me.
Do you think that Emily would speak to police in relation to Amelia as far as if she's had any contact with Amelia since June 1993?
I don't think so.
Amelia was just 5 years old when she moved to Australia from Tonga to live with her father after the breakup of her parents' marriage.
But we went back there in '96 and she didn't want to see us. And then we went back, was it last year or the year before?
Did she explain why she didn't want to see you?
No.
No, we just got it from second hand that she didn't want to see us. But every time we go over, we always make an effort to see her.
Her mother, back in Tonga, has shunned the family ever since. So while Amelia could be anywhere, her mother may know just where.
If she did run away, then we just need to know she's safe. If, for some reason, my sister has met with foul play, then for me, and the rest of the family, it's important to know that as well.
He said, Amelia, wherever you are, please contact us. 40 cents, reverse the charge, like you used to do. Let the missing person unit, please, know where you are. We always love you. Please let us know.
week, we brought you the story of 85-year-old John Power. John was reported missing 5 days earlier when his neighbours noticed his mailbox had not been cleared.
The reason I'm concerned is because of his age, and he seems to be a social person, has lots of friends at the Vikings Leagues Club and all his neighbours that have reported him missing, but none of them have seen him for 5 days, which is a bit concerning.
And when police interviewed John's neighbours, they found no leads.
Just saw him going down the road. I'm not too sure what day it was or what, yeah. I'm always having my door open and see him walk past and, you know, putting his garbage away or walking down the road or something like that,
Yeah, I am concerned for him because he's a decent old guy.
So today, the cops head out to his local club to see if he's been there.
Hi, how are you? I'm Joanne Campbell from the Police Missing Persons Unit.
Richard.
This is Phil Green.
Hey, Phil.
Hi, Richard. So you're the manager?
That's right.
We're just making inquiries in relation to a elderly person that's gone missing.
Okay.
Just wondering, and apparently he frequents here. Right. So we're just wondering if you recognise him at all?
No, I can't
John?
say that I do, but we may have some regulars here who come every day who might be able to identify him for you. G'day, gents. We've just got a couple of officers here from the Missing Persons Unit.
We're just making inquiries in relation to an elderly gentleman that's been reported missing, and just wondering if you know his face.
I come here every Saturday and I've got an idea I've seen him.
Yeah?
But
Okay.
I wouldn't know his name or...
Okay. We're just making inquiries in relation to a person that's been reported missing, and he apparently frequents here. His name's John Power.
How long has he been missing for?
I think the last time he was seen was last Thursday. His neighbours said about 5 days it's been since they've seen him. But he comes here every Saturday, apparently, and meets up with neighbours.
With exactly the same shirt.
I saw him Saturday.
Yeah.
I saw him Saturday.
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah. About
Okay.
1 o'clock.
Do you know if any of his, like, the people that he hangs around when he comes here, do you know any of those people?
He was sitting by himself and I saw him.
Oh, okay. We've spoken to some patrons in the club, and one of them has seen him here at the club on Saturday, but his neighbours haven't seen him at home. So now we're going to go back and do some checks on the computer and phone some hospitals because we're really worried.
At Canberra's Missing Persons Unit, Bernie Neal is now speaking to the Federal Police's International Bureau.
I've got a missing person inquiry. It's a cold case from 15 years ago involving Amelia Tauahausia. I've received some recent information that Amelia's mother, who lives in Tonga, may actually know where Amelia may be. What I would like to know is what I would have to do to get inquiries made in Tonga.
What I can do is contact our relevant liaison officer out in that region. They can seek the assistance of the Tongan police to try and locate and talk to the mother about it.
OK then, Barb. Look, thank you very much for your help today.
No worries.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
As international inquiries get underway, here at Victoria's Criminal Identification Unit, the ageing of Amelia's photo is also underway.
Faces are very fascinating things to work with in as much as they're very susceptible to change.
Detective Sergeant Adrian Patterson is a global expert on facial identification.
The role of the Criminal Identification Squad here in Melbourne is to assist investigators with identifying persons, whether they're deceased, whether they're alive, people we're looking for, people who've gone missing. We assisted in Bali and the Australian consulate bombing and the bombings in the Philippines. So our role in facial identification is quite extensive. We're guided a lot by what family members can tell us. Some families may have 3 or 4 children, they all got 3 or 4 peas in a pod. It'll give us a direction to try and head in as far as facial features go. What I would do is I would bring the hair down and get some curl back into it again. That's something that she's not going to lose. The face itself would fill out a little bit more when you're getting up into the 30s. Thickening of the neck a tiny bit would also be appropriate.
It's a painstaking process, but with each stroke of Adrian's pen, this young schoolgirl looks older and older. In the cold case of Amelia Hausia...
Look at that one's a nice one of her.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
That was taken.
I've seen this one a couple of times. It's in Tonga.
Yep.
Her sister Kim is keeping the memory of Amelia alive.
Uncle Paul and Auntie Mia dancing because she loved dancing.
Their Auntie Amelia disappeared long before Thani and Jake were born.
The tradition is that people in the audience come up and they just put money on her.
But they've grown up knowing all about her.
That's when they're all dressed up to go out one day. I'm not too sure where they
Uncle
were going.
John, Aunt Amelia and Uncle Paul.
Yeah, that's a good shot, that one. That's one of my favourite pictures when they were little.
Yeah.
I like the clothes.
Pretty cool, aren't they?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Melbourne, after 16 long hours, Detective Sergeant Adrian Patterson is adding the finishing touches to Amelia Halcyer's photo.
I would hope that that would be heading in the right direction. It perhaps would be sufficient for people to maybe identify her or prompt her to come forward.
The aged photo is the biggest step forward since Amelia's disappearance 15 years ago.
I couldn't imagine with my family, if one of those was to go missing, how you would feel not having any closure or not knowing. So even if the person concerned, Amelia herself, chooses to even make a phone call, anything I think would be just so heartwarming and just fill the family with a little bit more sort of hope or closure, or just to be left like that, I think it'd be very difficult.
Back home in Canberra, Jake has this message for the auntie he has never met.
I want to meet you so bad. And all my other cousins that you haven't met yet would love to meet you too. Thani, Joe, Jasmine, everybody would just love to meet you. So just come back. Yeah.
Back in the case of 85-year-old John Power, 6 days after he disappeared, he's been found in hospital.
We're interested to see why he's here, because there's a big question mark over that. Considering if he knew he was going to be admitted to hospital, he would tell his neighbours. So hopefully we'll find out today whether it's a serious illness or a routine admission.
Good afternoon.
John.
I'm the missing man, yeah.
You're the missing man and we found you. I'm Faye. How are you?
It turns out John came here as an outpatient for a checkup about a skin condition. But when the doctors saw him, the condition was so bad, they admitted him.
I've travelled the world and I never had anything like it in my life. It was so bad, they put me through in the hospital and I couldn't contact anybody. I said, I hope you're cured this time. Make sure it doesn't come back. Because I'd rather face the firing squad than go through that again.
John will spend a few more days in hospital recovering before he heads back home to his mates and his form guide.
Well, what a great result. John will be heading home soon and I'm sure his neighbours can't wait to see him looking fit and well. Case closed.
Promising young league player Chevy Aru has been missing for 5 days. His rugby league scholarship is now in jeopardy. So, with a series of dead ends, police are hoping this next lead will break the case.
The house we're headed out to now is believed that Chevy went to a party at this house on the weekend. So there is a good chance that he may still be hanging around there with his mates. I've been in touch with the school and they've informed me that Chevy hasn't been to school all week. I don't know what's going through his head at the moment, but he just doesn't want to be at school and he doesn't want to be at home.
When they arrive, the house is unlocked, but no one's home. So Daniel and Lee search the grounds in case Chevy is hiding.
Back's onto a reserve, but there's no one in it.
Strange, because there's a window open. Maybe they're just ducked out for a bit.
With no signs of Chevy, Daniel then calls his mum to update her and to see if she's had any news.
Hello, Ray, is it? Hi. Yeah, it's Daniel from Missing Persons. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Have you heard any more info?
No, he hasn't returned yet.
I got in touch with the school. They said he hadn't been at school today. How's that going to affect with his scholarship and stuff like that?
Well, I think he's just blown it.
Okay, that's not good.
No,
it's not good at all. I'll get in touch with you again tomorrow morning.
All right then, Daniel.
All right, Ray.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye. A number of inquiries have been exhausted and it's getting to a case where his mum's getting more and more worried, so it is important that we find him as soon as we can.
But back home, All Chevy's mum can do is plead for her son to come home.
Chevy, you're not in trouble. We're all worried. Just come home, Chev. Or call.
So is this the first time that we've used this artist here in the ACT?
Yes, he's a Victorian police forensic artist. And,
In Canberra, the ACT police are on the case of long-term missing girl Amelia Halcyon. Detective Bernie Neal is launching the media blitz using her aged photo.
Have there been any sightings, any leads for you to follow?
There were several sightings of a person that may have looked like her. Nothing was established as to whether it was Amelia or not.
Bernie is hoping someone will recognise her and come forward. And give this loving family the answers they so desperately need. But for some in the family, those answers will come too late. Amelia's grandfather died 5 years ago, and her grandmother prays it won't be too late for her.
She hasn't forgotten you. She still remembers everything. She's 85, going on 86 now, and she just wanted you to come back. You can come back while she's still alive. Everyone wants you back, Mia. We all love you. And we want you back. Come and meet my kids. We all love you so much. Thank you.
Back in New South Wales, police have finally had a breakthrough in the case of league player Chevy Aru, who has put his football scholarship at risk.
Chevy's come home, so that's excellent news. We're going out to speak to him and hopefully get a bit of insight into why he did what he did, and also find out what's going to happen with his school and football and that. Can we come in?
Yeah, sure. How you doing today? Good. Come in. Good stuff.
How are you, Chevy? Dan Walker.
I'm Lee. How you doing?
We'll grab a seat. I've spoken to your mum. What's your side of the story? What was going through your head?
One of my family members said something to me and it turned me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I decided to run.
In hindsight, do you think that was the smartest thing?
No.
No? From what your mum told me, you jumped out of the car when she was driving through Quakers Hill. What was going through your head then?
Nothing. Anger.
Just angry?
Yeah.
You think it was the smartest move, jump out of the car? Think you could have probably hurt yourself or got hit by a car or something like that?
Yeah, probably.
What about the school? Have you gone and seen your school, the sports high?
Yeah, we've seen them today.
Yeah, what's happened with that? Because I know it was a bit of worries. Your mum was telling me she was worried about your scholarship and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, they said I could go back, just I have to catch up on the work.
You have to catch up on everything. All right. Well, I can't sit here and say, no, families are perfect, people don't have problems with each other. That's just how life is. People have problems with each other. But the mature thing is just let your mum know or let family members know. But just to take off and not let them know anything, and for them to be at home worried, sick, mate, that doesn't show any respect to your family at all.
Yeah, don't want to do it again. It's just miserable. No money, no food, no shelter. That's what your family's there for. Just don't want to do it again.
It was really good to speak to Chevy. He's a good kid and he knows he's made a mistake this time, but we all make mistakes in our life and hopefully he learns from this.
Without your family, you ain't gonna go nowhere, and you wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for your family. It's really more important than anything in the world.
So while Chevy is safely at home, 15-year-old Jacinta Coit is still on the run. Police now have real concerns for her safety, so they've teamed up with local Campbelltown police.
On Monday morning, Jacinta Coit went missing. She was supposed to go to a school and didn't show up. We believe at this time that she may be with two males. One's called Anthony. He's apparently her boyfriend. The other one's called Joy, or Jay. But we do have strong fears that she may be held against her will. So it's quite important that we try and find her as soon as we can, just to make sure she's safe. 15-year-old girl, day 3, you know, a bit of pressure from the boys could lead to anything, so we don't want to see that happen.
And that's what terrifies Jacinta's mum, particularly if these males are much older and, having met Jacinta on the internet, believe she's 21.
Jacinta, Mum misses you heaps and I want you to come home. I don't know why you've done this, and you're not in trouble, baby. Just come home and we can sit and talk about this. If you can't come to Mum, you know, ring somebody else. Just let me know that you're okay. Because I can't go another night, Dale, without not knowing that you're in this house and having to go to, you know, sleep without you here. I'm worried sick about you.
After recovering in hospital from his skin condition, 85-year-old John Power is now home.
You didn't know it. You didn't know I was this important, did you? I know you're going all the time.
Here's your keys.
Oh, brand new, yeah. Brand new.
I know you like that.
And how are you, old mate?
It's really good to see you, John.
And his mates are happy to have him back, but they want to make sure he doesn't worry them again.
So you've got my number, name and number, you've got
I got
Ray's.
Ray's now,
So
yeah.
please, if it happens again, have somebody ring one of us.
Listen, mate.
I'll give you mine too.
Yeah. Listen, mate, I've learned quite a few lessons out of this. I'm going to change my whole outlook on a lot of things.
Well, when you're able to have a beer, we're taking you out for one.
Oh, thanks to you, boys.
You're welcome.
For thinking so much of me. I'm 8 foot tall now. Home, sweet home, at last.
It's Senior Constable Mandy Gale from the Missing Persons Unit. How are you this morning?
At the New South Wales Missing Persons Unit, Mandy Gale is talking to the wife of Chirag Patel. 31-year-old Chirag is a university student and part-time cook who went missing 48 hours ago.
Can you just tell me what's happened over the last couple of days?
He's worried about money.
Okay.
Because we're paying for uni fees.
What is he studying at?
In a cookery.
When you last saw him on Monday?
Yeah, on Monday, 11:30.
Yeah.
He wants some money.
Yeah.
And I said, yesterday you already take $60. Why you always tell me, give me money like that? And he said, okay, I don't want money. And he just left to house.
That was on Monday?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he's very depressed for fees.
So his uni fees are now overdue?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. If we meet you at Cogra and we can sit down and we'll have a chat and see if we can come up with some places he may have gone. Just some places we can check.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You take care and we'll see you then, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right then, ta-da. Bye. It's a bit of a worry. This fella seems to be that there's not a lot of cash flow at home. The financial side of things affects everybody, affects all of us. It's something that comes up in, probably 80% of our cases relating back to, not being able to provide for your family or paying a mortgage and just day-to-day things. And it's a huge pressure for some families. It's really sad and I'm hoping it will have a good ending, but it may not go that way. So the sooner we find him, the better.
As Mandy and Joe head off, Sergeant Mick Chubb is already on the road following a new lead in the long-term missing case of 26-year-old Jamie Herdman.
We're on our way to Yass. There's been a possible sighting of Jamie in a caravan park down there. We're going down to check it out and find out what's going on.
Last series, we brought you the story of the New Zealand tourist who claimed he was being followed. Not long after that, he disappeared from the Northern Territory.
He left Broome on the 23rd of November 2006 and travelled to near Willair Roadhouse, which is in WA. And there he came across his boss who had been away for work and said to him that he had to leave because his past had caught up with him.
Whatever that past is, no one knows. But by the time he arrived in the Northern Territory, he was terrified.
On the 26th of November, he attended Katherine Police Station. He believed he was being followed by some New Zealand Black Power gang members.
Later that day, Jamie's van was found abandoned near a truck stop here at Daly Waters, 300 kilometres from Katherine.
His mobile phone was located here. There were no keys in the vehicle when it was located, but it was unlocked.
And no passport either?
No.
The investigations continued, but with no real leads. That was until several separate sightings here in Yass in country New South Wales, 3,000 kilometres away. One woman saw Jamie a few weeks ago. She recognised him from our last series. It was then she called Crime Stoppers.
I'm Sergeant Mick Joe from Police Missing Persons. How are you going?
I'm good, thanks, Mick. How are you?
Good. Just making some inquiries about a fellow who's missing from the Northern Territory.
Yes.
And we believe he may have stayed at the caravan park in the last couple of months.
I do remember a Jamie and coming in here with another 2 people. There was 2 that slept in the vehicle and 1 that was in a tent beside the car.
That correlates with some other information we've got as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Other sightings could mean a breakthrough. It's a promising lead. So Mick heads into town to see if anyone else has seen Jamie. Meanwhile, Mandy and Joe have arrived here at Kogarah Police Station to interview Chirag Patel's distressed wife, Rupa.
I'm Mandy. I'll speak to you on the phone. This is Joanne.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, we'll just sit down, we'll just have a chat with you. As far as his work's concerned, did he have friends where he was working?
Yeah, but I don't know anything because sometimes I ask him and he said, don't interfere. Yeah. That's why.
That's okay. Because I'm just trying to think of some places he may go. I'm thinking if he had some close friends that maybe he'd go to their house or they'd let him stay there for a couple of days.
No.
Nothing like that? You don't think he'd do that? Okay.
I think he's going in a club.
What club do you think he would?
RSL club.
Rockdale? RSL
Yeah,
club?
Rockdale.
Rockdale RSL. Do you have children?
Yeah, but not here in India.
You have children in India, okay. How old are they?
3 years.
3 years old. A little girl or a little boy?
Boy.
A little boy. That must be hard, yeah, out here, yeah. I'm sorry. It's okay.
Rupa left their son, Tanish, with family in India and followed her husband to Australia. They wanted to establish themselves here first before bringing their son out to join them. A son Chirag and Rupa have not seen for 2 years.
When I came here, that time my baby is 1 year old. Me and my husband always paying for money, but we don't. So we don't have money for fares. So because it's very expensive, that's why. It's very hard to Chirag and it's very hard to me. I can't live without him. I miss him. I want to back my husband. I want to go back to India with my husband.
In Sydney South, Mandy and Joe are about to canvass an RSL club in their search for missing father, Chirag Patel.
Hello. Hello. We've got a gentleman missing, an Indian gentleman who was reported missing by his wife, who mentioned he may come down here. I've just got a photo of him. I was just wondering if you would recognise him.
No, he's not familiar to me.
Are you able to check records if he's a member here
Yes.
at all? His surname is Patel.
There is a match, but Patel is a common Indian surname, so to be sure, Mandy checks out the photo.
No. No, this guy's very clean-shaven.
And plus he's a bit more
Yep.
solid build.
Never mind. Unfortunately, we haven't had any luck here in the club, but his wife did mention he liked the water, so we figured we'll go and check a few car parks along the side of the water around Rockdale, Brighton area, and see how we go.
Back in Yass, Mick Chubb is on the beat in town. He's looking for anyone else who may have seen 26-year-old Jamie Hurdman.
How you going? I wonder if you've seen this fella around the area in the last couple of months.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely him?
Yep.
How long ago did you see him?
In the last 2 months.
2 months?
Yep.
That's 2 positive sightings. So Mick tries the post office.
Yeah, he's been known to be in the Yass area, was he? Or
We've had a few reports of him around town being actually in town.
Jeez. He does look familiar, but I can't exactly say that I've seen him recently. But
yeah, no,
just something in the face just looks very familiar.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I seen him on the weekend at the markets they held here in town.
You have?
Yeah.
Which markets?
The Andolini markets. They had a car boot sale down the street. I think he was with a young girl, and they had a lot of hippie-looking stuff that they were trying to sell.
Do you know what sort of car he had or anything like that?
I didn't see a car.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
That's great. We might be able to find this bloke. He's been missing from the Northern Territory for quite some time. Okay. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That's another sighting, and this one only a few days earlier. The mystery man is either a dead ringer for Jamie, or after 18 months, Jamie is about to be found.
Be great news for his family if we can find him, and find him today.
In Sydney, police still have no real leads on Chirag Patel, who's been missing for 50 hours. And the case has now become even more urgent because his wife, Rupa, has discovered he's left behind his asthma puffer.
We've had a gentleman reported missing. This has been gone the last couple of days, but his wife mentioned that he likes the beach down here, and we're just wondering he might be sitting around or doesn't look familiar. This gentleman's been reported as a missing person. Just wondering, does he look familiar to you at all?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I haven't seen him, and I walk quite regularly.
Yeah. This gentleman's been reported missing by his wife. Yeah. He's been gone for a couple of days, and she mentioned that he liked the water, so we're wondering if maybe he's been down here. He doesn't look familiar at all.
No, they've only been like runners and
yeah.
today, and guys on their bikes. Yeah.
Depressed over his money problems and desperately missing his young son, Chirag is certainly vulnerable.
We've had no luck. We've spoken to a few people, a few locals. No one's seen him, so we'll head back today. We're losing a bit of light, but we'll head out first thing tomorrow and continue our search.
Back in Yass, Mick's day is far from over. He heads in to interview the organisers of the car boot sale, where Jamie Hurdman was seen a few days ago.
G'day, how you going? How you going?
Hi.
I'm Sergeant Chubb from the Missing Persons Unit.
Hi.
I'm making some inquiries about the fellow who's missing from the Northern Territory, and we believe he's been in around Yass or is actually still around Yass in the last couple of months.
We did have a guy here on Saturday at our car boot sale with dreads like this in a similar van to this.
It was actually orange. The van itself was orange with a white roof. But I don't remember number plates or anything
Orange.
like that.
What sort of van was it?
It was a van similar to that.
Yeah. Did you see him in it or?
Not actually in it. He was standing beside it with a girl.
The lady he was with, what was she like?
She was probably in about her 20s. Yeah. With blonde hair.
Mid-20s?
Yeah.
I thought she had a bit of an accent.
She was actually twirling the baton sticks there at one stage.
Okay.
And I saw a similar guy like him yesterday in Woolworths in the deli department with the same blonde girl, but around 12 o'clock yesterday.
What, shopping?
Yeah, they were shopping. They were in the deli.
Okay, about 12 midday.
Okay. More sightings. Mick appears to be getting even closer to Jamie, and there's no way his dad, living here in England, is going to give up either.
I'd definitely like to think it was him. We're always hopeful. We do still believe that Jamie could be out there. Hope is the only option you have of being a father of a child that's missing. We will continue to have hope and believe that we're going to find him.
Sergeant Mick Chubb is following up a sighting in country New South Wales for Jamie Herdman. Jamie said he was being followed by a gang when he vanished in late 2006.
Looking for a fellow who's missing from the Northern Territory. I believe he's in the Yass area.
Yeah, actually I saw him here yesterday. Yeah, he was in shopping yesterday with a blonde-headed girl.
Yep.
Yesterday, so did you want to have a look? We've got cameras around the shop. Would you like to have a look on?
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
There are dozens of surveillance cameras throughout the store. So if Jamie was here yesterday, he could have been recorded.
The guy yesterday had a crutch.
And do you think it's the fellow I showed you in the
Yeah,
photo?
in the photo. That was him then. He's not too far away from her all the time. She always comes in and once or twice a day sometimes, and nearly every second day. And he was on one crutch. So there she is.
There's the woman eyewitnesses say who was with Jamie.
Might just go forward, see if anybody follows.
But no sign of Jamie Herdman.
Can't see him.
Though we didn't pick up Jamie on the video, Gail's given us a good lead that he's carrying an injured foot, and I'm going to go straight up to the hospital, see if he's been treated up there recently.
Last week, we profiled the case of 15-year-old Jacinta Coit, who wagged school and then vanished.
It's very concerning that a 15-year-old girl is out on the streets. We don't know where she's staying. We don't know if she's staying with friends or just living on the streets, so she's quite vulnerable at that age, so we want to make sure we find her as soon as possible to make sure she's not at risk.
Particularly vulnerable when police discovered the 15-year-old has been posing as a 21-year-old in internet chat rooms.
This is her now.
And how long ago was this taken, Em? This was not that long ago, was it?
No, it was your first got a haircut.
She does look a bit older than 15, didn't she?
So, worried that Jacinta had fallen in with much older males, police tried her mobile again.
Hello, is that Jacinta?
Yeah, who's this?
Yeah, Phil Green from the Missing Persons Unit. Where are you at the moment? No, didn't go very good.
That's the first time I heard a voice in 3 days.
So, today...
Hello?
Hello, I was wondering if I could speak with Chloe, please.
Phil is now on the phone to one of Jacinta's friends, who may know where she is.
She met these guys in the tree, ended up jigging, and they went to Macquarie Fields.
Do you know roughly around Macquarie Fields where they might be?
Like near the train station.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've been trying to track down these, her boyfriend and another friend. Do you know the names of these two boys?
No, but I think it is Anthony and Jai.
Do you know their surnames?
No.
So the lead connecting the 15-year-old to the older men is becoming stronger and more of a worry. Back in the search for 26-year-old Jamie Herdman...
Making some inquiries about a fellow who believes in Yass, and we believe he might have had some treatment here in the last couple of days for an injury.
Mick has been told the man identified as Jamie has an injured leg. So he's at Yass Hospital, making inquiries here.
I'll just look on the computer to see if there's a record.
He may have been in company with a blonde-haired woman, possibly German or European.
Right.
And we believe she's a local lady here.
There's a female round about that date of birth, but no male, I'm
that's
sorry.
Fine. Look, can I leave one of these posters here?
Yes, certainly.
Just in case this fella comes in. Just ring the number down the bottom if he does turn up. He's not in any trouble, he hasn't committed any offences, it's just a concern for his welfare.
That's fine, no problem at all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
So Mick heads over to the police station where he's meeting with a local reporter who's writing a story about Jamie's disappearance.
He was last seen in Daly Waters in Northern Territory. He's abandoned his van. We've seen hitchhiking out of town. Hasn't been seen since. We've got a number of calls indicating that he's been along the Hume Highway here. And one of the biggest indicators was he was in Yass. As a result of that, we've been to a number of businesses around town and said, yes, I recognise this fella, he's in town. Last sighting was yesterday at the local supermarket. Yep. I believe he's still here in the local area.
Police know they have to be close, and any publicity could break the case. In Phil and Faye's search for teenager Jacinta Coit, police have arrived at Macquarie Fields train station.
Let's have a quick look up here, please. Now, we're just making inquiries in regards to a missing person. We believe that she may come to this railway station quite a bit. I was wondering if you can have a look at the picture. That's what she looks like. She might wear maybe some dark clothing.
I really couldn't say that.
Could be with some other guys.
I couldn't say that.
No, we're from the missing persons unit, and we're just trying to find a girl who's been reported missing to us.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you can just take a look at her picture and see if you recognise her.
No, I haven't seen her.
Nothing here, but then Phil gets a fresh lead from headquarters.
We just received some intelligence whilst in the Macquarie Fields area, and as a result of that, we were informed that there's a guy that actually lives in the Macquarie Fields area. So by off chance, we're just going to head to his place now to see if he might know where Jacinta is. It might not be connected, but we're hopeful that we might get lucky and she might be there, or he might know something.
At the New South Wales Missing Persons Unit, it's day 3 in the search for 31-year-old Chirag Patel, and Mandy's on the phone to his wife Rupa, who's finally had some good news.
Hello, Rupa, it's Mandy. How you going?
Yeah, good. Chirag friends called me.
Yep.
But
yeah.
I said, oh, he's all right or not, and he said, yeah, he's all right.
It all sounds a bit odd. Rupa doesn't even know the man who called, and yet he's the one who's arranged for Rupa to meet Chirag later in the day.
So you're going to meet, where are you going to meet him?
Yeah, I will going to at Maryland.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I meet Chirag, and then I call you later.
Do you want us to come and get you and take you to Maryland?
No.
You're okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Right.
I'm much better.
Not a problem. All right, we'll talk to you soon as long as you're okay. But if we can meet with Chirag today and just say hello and are you okay, that's all we need to do. Then I can take him off the police system that he's no longer a missing person.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Rupa.
Thank you very much.
Bye. A missing person's wife collapsed at home last night just from pure exhaustion, and it's taken its toll on her. She hasn't eaten for a couple of days and she was in a really bad way, quite distressed and all that. When people go missing, they don't understand what the ramifications, I guess, that it has on family and friends that are left at home. She stayed up for 3 days or something and hasn't eaten, hasn't slept. It's a horrible form of torture, I would think. It's probably not a real good word to use, but it's what it's like. There's not much you can do to make them feel better. The support of their family and friends is really important, and yeah, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. It's a horrible thing to see.
Across town, in the hunt for Jacinta Coit, Phil and Faye have arrived at the home where Jacinta may be living with one of the older men, Jai.
What do you bother you? Does Jai live here? Yeah, he's not in any trouble. What we're doing is we're investigating a missing person report of a young girl named Jacinta Coit.
15-year-old girl missing since Monday.
So we just pull out all the stops just to get a kid like that back home to make sure.
It doesn't take long for Phil and Faye to realise they've lucked out.
Yeah, it wasn't the Jai that knew Jacinta. However, he does know another Jai who lives within the Macquarie Fields area. So he's given us a name. Unfortunately, we don't have an address. So what we're going to do is make some computer inquiries and see if we can come up with something.
At Sydney's Missing Persons Unit,
Oh, look at you smiling.
after being gone for 3 days, Chirag Patel is back with his relieved wife, Rupa.
Look at you. She looks 100% better than what she did yesterday.
Yeah, no, of course she looks better.
Did you go mad on him?
Yeah.
We'll go in here anyway, we'll get it all done. Okay, so you're okay with all your asthma and all that? You didn't?
Yeah, it's okay. Thanks to the guy who helped me.
Well, yeah, what happened? He...
Just when I break down on the road,
Yeah.
I tried to ring, but nobody could. Battery keep blowing, battery low, battery low.
Wow.
Search around for taxi and I think nothing, nobody coming. And it was, midnight, and so I just knocked one door and I thought that I'm feeling that I was going to have an asthma attack. So he said, what do you want? I said, it could be if you just, I don't have any money, if you could lend me $10, $20. He just helped me and took me to the chemist. We grabbed one. And he told me, if you want to sleep to my house, you're welcome to do that.
Wow. And you didn't know this person?
Yeah, I didn't know, just unknown.
It's all a bit hard to believe, and yet Rupa still isn't asking questions. She's just happy to have him back home.
When I first time I see my husband, and I feel, oh, thanks God, and thanks to all the people who helped me.
We couldn't hope for a better result. Like, it went a lot better than what we thought it would. His story, well, that's up for them to talk about and sort out, but as far as we're concerned, he's located, and that's where it finishes for us.
While it's case closed for Chirag Patel and his wife, Joe has had to race back upstairs in the breaking case of 38-year-old single mum of 2, Tracy Dakich.
Hello.
Hello, is that Claire?
Yes, it is.
She's talking to Tracy's 16-year-old daughter, Claire. Her mum disappeared 3 days ago without one word.
When was the last time you spoke to her?
But my nan received a text message from a number that we suspect to be her boyfriend's number at about 9:15 on Sunday night, saying that she was staying at his house for the night. But the text message that was wrote, it wasn't wrote in my mum's former writing.
So this person that she was going to see, do you know who that is?
I don't have very much detail on him, but yes, I do know of him.
Okay. How long has your mum known him for?
On and off for about the past year and a half.
Okay. And where does she work?
She works for the Salvation Army in Ingleburn.
And have you spoken to them today?
No, I haven't spoken to them today.
We'll get some more information of you. We're going to come out and see you at home.
Okay then, thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. It's unusual because it's a 16-year-old girl reporting her mother missing. She's been missing 3 days now, and she normally does. She'll keep in contact with them. We're heading off now to Campbelltown to see Claire. She's on her way home, so we'll meet up with her there.
In the search for missing mum Tracy Dakich, Joe and Dan are on their way to meet Tracy's 2 teenage children, Claire and Ben.
I'm hoping to get more information on the person that she went to see on Sunday, and maybe any other friends that the missing person may have.
Tracy is on the dole, so she and her 2 children live at her mum's house. But with the grandmother at work, the children are left to deal with the family crisis on their own.
G'day, Dan Walker. How are you? How are you?
Okay, do you mind if we come in and we'll ask you some questions about your mum? This boyfriend, you said you've known him for 1.5 years.
I've met him about 3 or 4 times. She claims to have known him for about 1.5 years, on and off.
Oh, okay. And do you know any other information about him, where he lives or how she met him?
She met him down at the RSL club. Yeah. She went there every weekend for about, how long was it?
I don't know, a few months maybe.
Explain to me a bit of background to her, like her leaving on Sunday and her going missing.
My mum was sick on Saturday. She couldn't get out of bed.
Yep.
Then sporadically Chris turns up the next day. He told Mum to come over to Ingleburn because he had got a new house over there.
Yep.
And my mum left with him.
It seems there's no love lost between the teenagers and their mum's boyfriend.
Me and Chris don't get along.
Okay.
And she tries to talk about it.
Yep.
And she doesn't get very far with it because me and Ben just don't want to hear it.
I try to get along with him just to make her happy, but I don't really like the guy
He's
either.
one of those people that like are really shady.
Yep.
Like he doesn't let new people in, and there's just something not right about him.
Okay.
But if Claire and Ben are worried their mum has run off with the boyfriend, things could get a lot more complicated.
We've been told by friends and friends of hers that she might be pregnant to Chris.
Okay.
But we're not 100% positive. We're just going off what people have said.
Yep.
In the long-term case of Jamie Herdman, Mick's following a new lead.
A lady by the name of Rebecca has contacted police. She's seen a poster of Jamie up at a local police station. She's recognised him, thinks that it's definitely him. It's supposed to be around the Carrying Bar, Sutherland, Cronulla area. We're going down to see Rebecca now and possibly check this out and find out what he's been up to. You've got some information about a fella that's missing from the Northern Territory.
Yeah.
Fella by the name of Jamie Herdman.
Yep.
What can you tell me about him?
Well, like I told the police earlier, I was walking past to go to the doctors and I saw the notice board and I saw...
This is at the police station, was it?
Yeah, that Cogra police station. First instinct was, that guy's not missing because I've seen him around Caringbah.
Yeah, whereabouts have you seen this fella?
Once it was, actually a couple of times it was at Caringbah pub.
When did you last see him there?
Last seen him would have been about 8 weeks ago.
Does that look like him?
Yeah, definitely.
Has he still got the beard and the moustache?
He doesn't have the beard or the moustache. He's clean shaven. He didn't look like anything out of ordinary. He just looked like a normal, happy bloke living life to the full. So.
Look, it's quite possible he doesn't know he's reported missing too.
Yeah.
If it is this fella too. No, thanks very much for that, Rebecca.
No worries.
Okay.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Rebecca's supplied us some credible information towards this case. We're going down to the Caringbah Inn now and see if we can have a look for this fellow who's possibly Jamie and see if we can track him down.
Back in the search for the missing mother of two, Tracy Dakich.
Good, how are you?
You haven't heard from Mum?
Her mum is home from work.
Claire was telling us that she sent a message to you.
I got a message, yeah, I got a message from Tracy, yeah.
But that was from another phone?
Well, it wasn't from her phone, no. It was from another phone. We rang the number.
Yeah.
It was her friend Chris, and he said, well, she was leaving for home 8 o'clock Monday morning, but she never arrived home, so...
do you still have that message?
Yeah,
on
I
your
do,
phone?
yeah.
And have you tried to contact that number again
No,
since?
I haven't.
So that was only...
Because he keeps hanging up anyway, so...
Okay.
Do you know this Chris? Do you know his last name at all?
I have no idea, no. It's the first time, I've only met him once. I don't really know very well.
Yeah, the kids were saying they haven't really interacted with him too much.
No, I think they've met him twice.
We'll try calling the number and also we can make inquiries on the message itself.
It's just out of character for her not to have a phone off. It usually turns it off if she doesn't want to talk to us, but it's not. It's ringing out.
Yeah.
So...
And for her not to let you guys know.
Yes, yeah. And that message, he wrote that, not her.
Yeah.
That's from his phone. That's not what she would have, how she would have expressed it.
3 days missing, and there are now real fears for Tracy's safety. But all her family can do is wait and hope.
She hasn't done it before. You know, she stayed overnight, but not this long. She hasn't been away this long before. So, no, I just don't know what's going on with her.
Across the city...
Hey guys, how you going?
Mick and Gary are searching the Caringbah pub, following up on the last reported sighting of Jamie Herdman.
Had information that he frequents here.
I haven't, mate, no.
Have you seen this fella in the hotel?
No, not lately.
Not lately? Have you seen him here at all?
No.
Have you seen this fella around the hotel here, or around the area? You haven't seen him? You're looking for this fella. You haven't seen him in the hotel, have you?
Another disappointing result for Jamie's dad, Steve, and his partner, Deb.
Very proud of his car, wasn't he?
After 18 long months of waking up every morning wondering where Jamie is, the couple has decided to leave England and move here, where they'll mount their own search.
We will base ourselves in Darwin, and then we are going to go just follow leads, I guess, and follow directions as they come about.
15,000 kilometres is a long way to go, but it's nothing if it means finding his son.
And Jamie, one last appeal to you, mate. We love you dearly and miss you heaps, and we won't stop looking till we find you, mate.
In the case of runaway mum Tracy Dakich, Joe is calling her work in case Tracy has turned up there.
Okay, I'm just calling in relation to Tracy Darcich. Apparently she's working there for work for the dole.
Yes, she works for the dole, but she hasn't been here since Wednesday. The last I heard was that on Wednesday she told us all that she had to go to Campbelltown Hospital for a checkup because she's 5 months pregnant.
Okay.
So Tracy is pregnant.
Thanks for that, Sue.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, bye-bye.
Joe now tries to once again call the boyfriend, Chris.
Hello, is that Chris? Speaking. Chris, it's Joanne Campbell from the Missing Persons Unit. I just want to let you...
Oh, fair dinkum, this is over Tracy, isn't it?
Yeah, this is over Tracy. She's been reported missing. And...
No, she has. Her mother's psychotic.
Sorry?
She's a 38-year-old woman, for God's sake, can't even look at her life without her mother ringing the police.
Yeah, but it wasn't her mother, it was her 16-year-old daughter. She's really worried about her and her son.
I don't want my address given to her children.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
If you want to send police around to check she's okay, that's fine, okay?
Well, that's fine. If Tracy doesn't want the kids to know where she is, that's fine as well. But we'll let them know that she's safe, and yeah, we won't give them the address.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, bye, mate.
Okay, bye-bye. We do get conflicting stories a lot. Obviously, she just wants to be left alone and doesn't want the kids to know where she is. And we'll go around to the address that we've been given by Chris. Hopefully Tracy will be there and we'll speak to her.
Across town, after 5 days, police finally have good news about 15-year-old Jacinta Coit.
We're just on our way out to St Helens Park. Missing person Jacinta Coit, who was missing most of last week. We got the information that she returned over the weekend, so we're just going out there to have a talk to her and see what the circumstances of her disappearance was. Okay, so what happened? Why did you go missing?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, your mum was really worried sick and you just come up with, I don't know. Like 5 days, you had your mum in tears, bawling her eyes out.
Yeah, I know.
You had police looking everywhere for you, spending 2 days straight, going all around the place, and you don't know?
Yeah.
Well, there's got to be some sort of reason why you went missing. Now, we understand you might have had issues, but when your mum rang, we rang, your sisters rang, why can't you just talk on the phone and say, look, I'm okay, I just don't want to come home right now, I've got to deal with some issues, you know, talk, but to hang up on us all the time, like we didn't know if someone was holding you against your will or what was going on. But now we could have dealt with some issues. But to go from Monday through to Friday without telling your mum where you were, well, you should have seen it. She was so upset, and I understand that.
So where did you go?
Friend's house.
To whose?
My friend's house.
Does this friend have a name?
Yeah, Erin and Jessica.
Oh.
So what did their parents say? Like, for you to stay there 5 days?
Went there.
So where were they?
Erin's mum was at work and then she went to her boyfriend's house.
Now that all this has happened, I hope you've had time to think about it and think about the consequences. And I really like to see that this never happens again.
With Jacinta, the whole story may never come out.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. It was stupid.
Oh, that was a good result. She's home safe and well. She didn't have any injuries. We had a good talk. I think she might have learned a lesson, so hopefully she won't do that sort of thing again.
Back in the search for missing mum, Tracy Dakic, Joe and Dan have finally found Tracy at her boyfriend Chris's house.
Hello, Tracy. Yep. We just wanted to make sure that you're okay. Your family's worried about you. Yep. That's why they've reported you missing, because they said you haven't done this before. You've been missing for 3 days.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, could you just possibly give them a call? We've got a phone here. If you want to give them a call and just let them know that you're okay and, yeah.
I'll be up there on the weekend to see them, the time, everything, but the situation, that what's been happening.
Yeah.
And, yeah, leave it to that. Yeah, and I'll call them later.
All right. Are you going to come back here and stay?
Most likely, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Times like this are tough for the cops. As much as her children want her back, the police can't force Tracy to go.
Obviously, there's reasons that she doesn't want to go home. We'll respect that, but we'll just let the family know that she's okay. After a 13-hour-long day,
The last thing Joe and Dan need is to break the news that Tracy is not coming home.
G'day. Hi, Leona. How are you? Good. We just wanted to let you know we found Tracy.
Good.
She's fine, but she doesn't want you guys to know where she is. She said she'll be home on the weekend anyway to come and see you. But she's good.
All right, okay, let the kids know.
Yeah, but obviously we have to respect her privacy. She doesn't want you to know where she is, so she's a 38-year-old woman, so yeah.
Okay, I'll let the kids know. She doesn't want them to know. She doesn't want them to know where she is either?
No, she doesn't.
All right, I'll let them know.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
All right then.
Thanks, officer.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Obviously there's some issues there that they really need to sort out. So our investigation's over now. We found Tracy, she's safe, so we're going to head back to the office now. It's been a long day.
I'm glad they were able to find her and that she's okay. That's all it's important, really, but it's disappointing that she doesn't want to see her kids. She says she'll come home the weekend. I doubt that very much.
A happier ending for Chirag Patel and his wife Rupa. They're still studying and working hard in the hope it won't be much longer before they can bring their son Tanish out from India. Senior Constable Mandy Gale is speaking to the distressed cousin of 51-year-old Marlene Najarian, who vanished 16 weeks ago, soon after her mother's death.
Ever since her mother got sick, she refused to put her in the homes.
So she looked after her mum?
She looked after her till the last minute that she died in her hand in the unit. And that was it. Until it made it to the funeral, and after that, she just lost it.
Depressed and unable to face her mother's death, Marlene disappeared. But then, out of the blue 2 weeks ago, she was spotted living on the streets.
Who actually saw her around Fairfield?
One of the friends, I don't know, they just called me. They said, she's there. I went there. I didn't find her.
Okay.
I just need a roof over her head. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, Janet. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh. She's really distressed. She explained that her cousin obviously was a person with a lot of pride, and her mum was everything to her. So when she's obviously lost her mother and to her obviously got nothing left and has taken to living on the streets, and if we can change that and help her understand she still has family here that care about her, well, that's a good thing.
Last week, we brought you the story of 26-year-old New Zealand tourist Jamie Herdman. Jamie's been missing since his camper van was found abandoned at a truck stop at Daly Waters in the Northern Territory. That was 18 months ago.
His mobile phone was located here, so there were no keys in the vehicle when it was located, but it was unlocked.
And no passport either?
No.
There have been numerous separate sightings of Jamie in Yass, in regional New South Wales and in Sydney.
I wonder if you've seen this fella around the area in the last couple of months.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely him?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I seen him on the weekend at the markets they held here in town.
Does that look like him?
Yeah, definitely.
But it looks as if Jamie has moved on and vanished again. So now his dad and partner Deb are relocating from England to Darwin to start their own search.
It's a big move, and obviously the family's looking for some form of closure with Jamie's disappearance, and to have one link in the family chain missing is very hard on all of them.
Northern Territory Police are pulling out all stops to find Jamie.
There was an article put in the Northern Territory News with Steve and his partner Deb and making another appeal. There has been a number of responses to that, and whilst nothing's been substantiated yet, there are obviously further avenues of investigation that we've got open to us.
With any luck, this article could lead to the answers that Jamie's family is so desperately seeking. Back in New South Wales, Mandy and Phil hit the road in the case of Marlene Najarian, missing now for 4 months.
We're heading out to St Mary's this morning to speak to Janet. She's a cousin of our missing person, and we're just going to sit down and get an idea of what her cousin's like and just the area she was last seen. Hey Janet, how you going? Mandy from Missing Persons, this is Phil.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Janet's home video of this family wedding reminds her just how hard it was for Marlene during her mum's illness. And then her mum died.
It was too much for Marlene. She just...
She didn't know where she belonged then?
I don't know whether to call her. She lost it. I don't know what to call her anymore, but she was devastated.
On top of coping with her mother's death, Marlene was also having trouble paying the rent. She was eventually evicted.
Unfortunately, when she lost the unit in Fairfield, she stayed with the friends, a couple of friends. We visited her on and off, but then after that, there was no contact, nothing. And to come to this stage, and after all these years hard working and building her life, and all of a sudden, you're in the street, it's... Well, put it this way, I can't bear that.
No.
I just can't imagine her get hurt. She's a beautiful person. She gives so much love to others, and yet today you're alone, for God's sake.
In Darwin, in the case of 26-year-old long-term missing tourist Jamie Herdman, Detective Kerry Harris from Northern Territory's Missing Persons Unit is meeting with Jamie's dad, Steve, and his partner, Deb.
How are you?
They've just flown in from their home in England to launch their own quest to find Jamie.
All right, basically, let's just drop in and say good day and see how you're getting on, and just to bring you up to date with what sort of happened. As you know, the newspaper article on Tuesday has generated a number of phone calls, so I've had about 6 phone calls. As yet, unconfirmed sightings. What are your plans from here? Do you intend to stay in Darwin for a length of time, or what's the story?
Our plans are pretty flexible, really, but I think we will stay around this area for a while. We want to get down to Daly Waters, definitely, and spend some time down there.
Yep.
Want to just retrace all the stops that Jamie made, which we've been able to establish through his FPOS transaction. Yep. So just ask around, spend a bit of time with the locals, and somebody might remember something.
Yeah. Well, that went very well. Steve and Deb are very determined to carry out their own investigation into Jamie's disappearance. We've obviously got our investigations from the leads from the newspaper article, and hopefully they will bring a successful resolution to the disappearance of Jamie.
Meanwhile, Mandy and Phil continued their search for Marlene. They're here at the local police station to identify nearby areas where homeless people often live.
We've had a 51-year-old lady go missing, and she's been seen around Fairfield area. We believe she's pushing a shopping trolley, but I guess basically we'd be sort of interested in any areas she may, or that homeless people may frequent.
There are a couple of areas where homeless people are known to go.
Yeah.
One of the chief areas is the Crescent Reserve near the Fairfield railway station.
Yep.
And probably the other primary area that you might want to have a look at is the actual Fairfield Park. Some of the homeless are known to camp in that area.
Pretty sad to think that people actually live though out here. Hello, how are you? We're looking for an elderly lady that's been pushing a shopping trolley around.
I've seen so many people go up and down pushing trolleys. There's a shortcut.
The elderly lady, it looks like she might be living out of her trolley with clothes and things in her trolley, not so much groceries.
It doesn't ring a bell.
That's okay.
No luck here, so Mandy and Phil head on to the main shopping street. And then Mandy spots a homeless woman sitting on a bus seat.
My name's Mandy. This is Phil. Do you know a Marlene? She pushed a shopping trolley?
Have you seen another woman who pushes a trolley around?
Gypsy one. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
She's a local identity known as Streetwise Sue, and she's as good as her name, giving Mandy some positive leads.
She's a good friend. We grew up together.
She did. She grew up in Fairfield all her life. Yeah. You see Marlene around anywhere?
Probably at the church.
The church?
The Christian church.
For lunch?
Yeah.
She's an absolute gem. Very, very helpful, supplied some very vital information that she possibly has lunch with Marlene on a Monday and Wednesday, so we've got a lunch date with Sue at the church and hopefully we get to meet Marlene as well.
Out on the Northern Territory, Jamie Herdman's family has been on the road for 6 hours. They're about to arrive in Daly Waters. Jamie came here after reporting to police that a New Zealand gang was following him.
Probably a lot of mixed emotions today. It's always hard coming back here because this is the last sort of area that Jamie was seen in. Daly Waters definitely holds a key in this whole mystery, and that's why we're here again, I guess.
Daly Waters. Population 30. It's little more than a truck stop in the middle of nowhere between Darwin and Alice Springs.
Just right against that fence. Jamie had just nudged his van right in there. Wasn't noticed for a day or two, and then staff noticed it and thought they'd better come down and check it out, and the keys weren't in it, but everything else was intact. And for some reason, he's just disappeared off the face of the earth from the spot. This could have been the last place that Jamie was... Well, it was the last place he was seen alive. He could still be around this area. I think this area does hold the key, definitely, yeah. And the more I think about it, the more I believe that to be the case.
Back in New South Wales, in the search for bag lady Marlene Najarian, Mandy and Phil have dropped into this soup kitchen where she's a regular.
Hey, Sue.
Hey, Sue.
Hey, Butch. Butch.
And true to her word, streetwise Sue is here to meet them.
Have you seen Marlene? Still not seen her? This is taken August last year, so she look a bit different now. Her cousin reported her missing, and she just wants to talk to her on the phone just so she knows she's okay.
I know a chick like that, but she's got short hair. And she wears gold.
Yeah.
She wears a lot of gold, rings and stuff.
Maybe. We're actually looking for this lady. Does she look familiar?
Yeah, I think so, yes. Yeah. Probably within the last few weeks I've seen her.
Yeah.
Everyone Mandy speaks to recognises Marlene. At least it's a good sign.
I'm confident she's still in the Fairfield area. We know she's grown up here. I mean, I'd be surprised if she's gone somewhere she's not familiar with. So we'll keep trying, we'll find her.
Meanwhile, Marlene's cousin, Janet, is worried sick.
Please, wherever you are, just give me a ring. It's all I'm asking.
At the New South Wales Missing Persons Unit, there's a breaking case.
Oh.
Yes, can I speak to Josephine, please?
Speaking?
Yeah, Josephine. My name's Steve McAllister from Police Missing Persons Unit. How are you?
Oh, well, thank you.
Steve is talking to the frantic mother of 24-year-old carpet cleaner Mandili Barletta.
When was the last time you seen him?
I saw him on the Sunday. Now, it wasn't this Sunday.
Yep.
That's just expired. It was the Sunday before.
So the 2nd. OK, and he was living with his fiancée, was that correct?
Yes, and her family.
That was until 4 days ago, when Mandili's fiancée threw him out after an argument. No one has seen him since.
It's been a nightmare since day one. She doesn't like him to mix with his old friends from Leichhardt.
Yep.
He's not allowed to mix with my family. We're not good enough. So he comes to me, he says, Mum, I've been kicked out again. I say, well, here, darling, it's your room.
Right, OK. And does he work at all?
Yes.
All right. What sort of work's he?
OK, he has a cleaning company.
Yep.
Which he started off a few years ago. But he subcontracts.
So he contracts out with him?
Yep. He has a big contract on Sundays.
And he didn't turn up for that, do you know?
It's the first time in 4 years.
And he didn't show?
They've never missed a job.
So the boss, like someone...
Yeah, he's the one who triggered the alarm, actually.
OK, then. Well, do you mind if we drop out and see you?
Oh, I appreciate that.
We'll see you later.
OK, then. Thank you. Bye-bye.
No worries. Bye. He's a young fella who's actually running a business by himself, you know, so he's not a mug. He's trying to get on with life and set himself up, and it is worrying that he just doesn't turn up.
On the other side of the office, Mandy has had feedback about bag lady Marlene's financial records.
We know she's getting payments on a regular basis, so from that we were able to see regular dates and times that she was actually doing that. So we've been able to pinpoint a time, and it's pretty much to the second when she was there.
So Mandy is about to check surveillance footage to confirm if it is Marlene who's been withdrawing money.
There she is.
Mandy's right. It is Marlene queuing up.
Pull back, and there's the bag.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely her. She looks, well, she's lost weight in the face, hasn't she?
So Mandy and Phil rush off, hoping to find Marlene at the bank.
Hopefully Marlene will be down there to withdraw some money this morning, so fingers crossed, and hopefully we get a happy ending this morning. Tell you what, today, if we get her today, we'll be lucky.
Hopefully she's here.
She'll be here.
Just as they arrive, Mandy spots someone who looks just like Marlene leaving the shopping centre.
What's the road?
If the woman under the red and white umbrella is Marlene, it'll bring an end to more than 4 months of worry for her family. Across town, Steve and Lee are on their way to interview the mum of jilted 24-year-old Mandeli Barletta.
Because he's got the problem with his relationship breaking down, the pressures are mounting on this young fella are immense. The quicker we can get to speak to him, the better.
Mandeli was a promising soccer player who sacrificed his sporting career to care for his sick mother.
Hello, Josephina.
Yes.
Steve McAllister.
Oh, yes, I've spoken to you.
And Lee.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. Can we just come in and have a word with you? Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Now, have you contacted his father?
Yes, I have.
He's heard nothing from him?
Nothing. He's tried through his contacts.
Yeah. Now, him and Elizabeth sound like they've been going up and down a few times.
They've had a terrible relationship from day one, and a lot of his friends have maintained their friendship with him because of her.
But Mandeli's rocky engagement certainly isn't his only problem.
The last time he was here, he just said, "Mum, you know, the bills, I'm in debt and I want to get out of debt." And I was sanctimonious and I thought, oh, God, you know, he wants us to sell the house now, which I'm not prepared to do. And I just said to him, "Darling, can you give me a bit of time? I'm having a massive operation at the end of this month. It's life-threatening, but I have to have it. I need to have a normal life. I've been a very sick woman for many years, and this is something I've been fighting for, to have an operation. I've done so much. I've had to nurse my mum that I had to bury last year, and Mandeli paid for her. He paid for his nan's funeral. He's quite honourable in a lot of ways. So, I mean, he went and got a loan. Now, unfortunately, the loan is a short-term, high-interest loan.
Right,
It was all he could do because he was maxed out with credit.
Right, yep.
He said to me, "How can I have a future, Mum, when I'm weighed down with all these debts?" Even the loan sharks can really hurt you. They can physically hurt you.
Mandeli Barletta took off and vanished after an argument with his fiancée 4 days ago.
Yeah, can I speak to Claudio, please?
Police are hoping his best mate might know where he is.
I'm just making some inquiries about a friend of yours, Mandela.
I heard from him on Saturday.
Saturday, okay, yep.
Yeah, Saturday. He sounded okay. Just needed some space, I think, just to get away. Yeah.
What, he was upset because him and his girlfriend sort of had a bit of a argument?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Did he say where he was going?
The last time I heard, he was in Wollongong, and then he rang me on Sunday saying he's okay. He didn't tell me where he was, but he's fine, and not to worry.
And not to worry. Okay. Mate, can you do me a favour? Can you just send him a message? Because obviously he's going to talk to you because you're his best mate. Just asking him to contact you so you can let him know that he's been reported missing, and, you know, we need to speak to him anyway.
That's not a problem.
Okay, thanks very much for your time, Claudia.
No worries.
See you, mate. Bye.
It's at least good news that Mandilli is alive and has been in contact with his friend. But at home, his mum, Josephine, makes this plea to her son.
Mentally, there are things that we can help you with. Or there's always solutions to problems, and you don't have to necessarily get in contact with me, but, you know, I'd love to hear from you, and Dad would love to hear from you. We do care.
In the Northern Territory, Steve Herdman is continuing the heartbreaking search for his son, Jamie.
But I've wandered around all through all this area, and you start looking at mound dirt and bloody... But you can imagine, where do you start looking? Like, you can't just... I've wandered all the way up the roads, and I spent a whole day wandering around, and then I realised, man, you can't do this.
No.
Steve's partner, Deb, has known 26-year-old Jamie since he was a baby.
I just sort of think, oh, well, he's been here, you know, he could have walked across that road and just... Yeah. A funny feeling. Just a funny feeling. It's just all these little niggly things that there's just no answers to. It's just an ongoing sort of a mystery.
It is.
It's just a mystery.
But that's why we're here. That's why we're here now, though, so we can start hopefully ticking them off and yeah.
Yeah.
We will.
Yeah, we will.
Back in New South Wales...
Yeah, Elizabeth?
Yep.
Yeah, my name's Senior Constable McAllister from the Police Missing Persons Unit. How are you?
Mandilli Barletta's fiancé ordered him to leave the house they were sharing. She was fed up with his lifestyle.
How long have you been with him?
We've been together since October 2002.
October 2002. And is this the first time you sort of had a disagreement and he's sort of gone out?
He's done that quite a bit, quite
Right.
frequently, but this time it's been quite bad because he knows what he's done is wrong and I'm not going to put up with it, so he left and knew that he had done wrong
Right,
this time.
OK. What can you tell me about your fiancé?
Throughout our relationship, he's been gambling quite a bit, hides a lot of things from me, gets involved with certain people that I do not like, lies about the sort of people that he's hanging out with. He goes out drinking, and then I decided that I couldn't put up with what's been happening. And I said, look, I don't think it's going to work out. And he was quite upset and quite angry. And then he stormed out and then sent me a few text messages saying, don't worry about all my things, and saying that he's driving away and never coming back.
Mandilli's 6-year relationship is over. He's in debt and being chased by loan sharks. Police now fear it's all become too much for the 24-year-old. Back up in Daly Waters in the Northern Territory, Steve and Deb are about to speak to the owner of a roadhouse truck stop where Jamie visited.
G'day, Al. How you doing?
Oh, g'day, Steve. How are you, mate?
Back again?
Yeah, back to the good country, eh?
Good to see you. This is my partner, Deb.
Publican Al Hoxima remembers Jamie and, like Steve, is astounded that Jamie could just vanish into thin air.
We just sort of feel that this place, being the last place that Jamie was seen alive, could hold a lot of answers. I guess,
you think someone would know in the area or
you
something
really
like
do.
that.
You know, that's been our plea right from the start, that we feel that somebody knows something. Yeah. We've just got these new posters. I know you're really great and let us put these on the window.
Oh, right.
Can we just put one of those up? We'd sort of...
No problem, mate. You
Is
put
that
them,
okay if we do that?
Put them on,
if we just leave
put them on both entrances, mate, and you can leave some with us and we'll distribute them, whatever.
Appreciate that, Al. And we'll just keep looking, and we've based ourselves in Darwin now, so you'll probably see a bit more of us. And
we're welcome here any time, and we'll do what we can.
The best that Steve can hope for now is that the posters will jog someone's memory.
Just appealing to anyone out there that was in the Daly Waters area on the 30th of November, 006, please come forward, so that we can find our boy.
Meanwhile, back in the New South Wales Missing Persons Unit, Gary's been assigned a new case. He's on the phone to Lucas Blacker. His 77-year-old mum, Betty, is missing.
When did she actually go missing?
She left the retirement village yesterday after lunch.
Yep.
Technically, she became missing when she didn't return, 7 o'clock last night.
And what makes her disappearance so worrying is that Betty, like 200,000 other Australians, has dementia.
And what did she do? What if she just sort of goes out for the day or something, or anything particular? Or?
Right, she normally has something to eat at the cafe at David Jones, Elizabeth Street store. They said she was in about 2:30 yesterday afternoon. She seemed fine.
Would she have had money with her or have access to a card or something?
No, we've taken the cards away.
Yep.
She had about $150 on her.
Yeah.
But what's happened in the past is if she gets off a train at the wrong station, she will not get back on a train and get to the right station.
Yeah, that's a bit of a worry, isn't it?
Yeah. She feels that she can walk home from anywhere.
And what does she just sort of just get disorientated? Does she and just doesn't know where she is or something?
That's it. She thinks she does. Now, she comes across as being quite capable.
Yeah.
If you sat down and talked to her, you'd probably think that there's nothing wrong with her.
Well, we might as well head out, Lee.
And that's what Gary is worried about. Betty could be lost in a city of 4 million people and no one would know she was in any trouble. 77-year-old dementia sufferer Betty Blacker went missing from Sydney's city centre yesterday. Gary and Lee are about to interview her son, Lucas.
Gary Bailey.
Hi,
Gary. This is Constable Hadley.
Lee Hadley.
How are you? Come in. Thanks very much. Yeah, it's sort of starting to get a bit disturbing, this, isn't it?
Yeah, we have found out that she was at David Jones.
She was definitely there?
Yeah, they reckon about 2:30.
Did you leave them a message if
yes,
she
they
wants to come back to give you a ring?
Yep, they're going to ring us and try and hold her there.
Yep.
We think she's got disorientated somehow and missed a stop at Beverly Hills Station.
Yeah.
And once she gets off a train, she won't get back on another train.
Is she on any medication at all?
Yes, medication for dementia.
Yep. Did she have that with her, do you know?
No.
No.
And if Betty is lost on the streets without her medication, she needs to be found ASAP. Back in the search for homeless Marlene Najarian, it's now more than 4 months since anyone has seen her. But that is all about to change.
Marlene. This is you?
Yeah.
We've been looking for you.
Finally, police have caught up with her.
You walk so fast.
Yeah.
We speak to Janet Atto.
Yeah, all right.
She's your cousin. They were all worried about you.
Oh, no, I told her not to worry about me.
Can I
saw
ring
her
her?
here at shopping centre.
Can I ring her? Can you just tell her that you're okay?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'll ring her. Is that Janet? It's Mandy from Missing Person. I've got someone wants to say hello to you. It's Janet.
Hi, how are you? Don't. Why you are worried so much, sweetheart? I told you not to worry. I'm not a baby. I was at Robert's place to pick up my letters. He didn't told you?
Tell her come have coffee.
Yeah, why don't you come over and have a coffee because I have appointment with my agency. Okay then. All right, here, I'll give you to Mandy.
She looks so well. Listen to you.
She's going to love to catch up with you.
Yeah.
Hang on, Janet. Can we have a coffee after your meeting? You come in there?
Yeah, all right.
And she wait and say hello and then we'll go.
Okay then.
Okay?
All right then.
Mandy's official duty may be over, but typically she won't be satisfied until she reunites these two cousins.
That was so exciting. Right place, right time. Looked like her. She was going so fast, we were worried we could catch her, but in the end she turned around, gave us a big smile. She's safe, she's well, and yeah, I think for Janet though, I think she needs to see her in person.
Across town, Gary and Lee are heading into the city centre. 77-year-old dementia sufferer Betty Blacker has already spent one night lost and alone on the streets.
The real problem we have is finding Betty is she gets around and is actually a normal person. And until she sort of gets stuck in a spot and starts just hanging around there, people just sort of won't take any notice of her. Going into David Jones, we've got some information that Betty was in there yesterday about 2:30 having some lunch. So we'll try and obtain some CT footage there, which will give us an idea of when she actually left David Jones and maybe what direction she went in.
So while Gary and Lee arrive at the department store, Betty's son Lucas knows that the longer she's missing, the worse it'll be.
We're worried, getting very concerned. I'm only hopeful that she's wandering around because she's been taken into a hospital or something like that. We'd be aware of it by now. It's a hard situation because we sort of expected it to happen, but we don't know what to really feel at the moment. We're just hoping we get her back soon.
We've had no luck into David Jones. She definitely hasn't been in today. We're just going to go over to St James Railway now and have a look over there. I'll go down and have a look at the platform.
Betty's not here either. But if she did catch a train from here, the station master might recognise her.
Gary Bailey from the Missing Persons.
Skip.
Lee Hadley, how you going? Skip, how you going? Mate, well, you got the photo there?
Yeah, I do.
We've been looking for an old lady that sort of frequents around here. I don't know whether you might have seen her around at all. Yeah. I wonder tomorrow, if she doesn't turn up tonight, we might get some good posters and that made up. But do you mind if we could just put them around the...
No problem. Thank you.
OK.
Another dead end. So police can only hope that if Betty is lost in the city, a good Samaritan will notice her and offer help. Here at Sydney's Missing Persons Unit, in the case of jilted lover Mandili Barletta, there's been a breakthrough after 5 days.
Hello, Josephine. This is Senior Constable McAllister from...
Hello. Mandili made contact with me last night.
Did he?
Yep, apparently he was heading back into town. He was about 4 or 5 hours away. He was terribly shocked with what all had gone on.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And now his father rang me about half an hour ago and he said, oh, Mandili's at his house.
Right, yeah.
I honestly don't believe he was the same person last night. And he said, you know, and he started crying and he said, Mum, I love you.
Yeah.
You know, and I just said, oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, OK then, we'll try and see if we can contact him anyway.
It's good news. So police head off to cite Mandili.
A lot of people seem to want to go just for time out after they have a problem, whether it be money, a relationship problem, anything like that, and they just seem to want to take off. There's quite a large percentage of missing people who fall into this category. It'd just be great if they could just tell someone before they go.
And just a few suburbs away, Gary Bailey has great news in the case of 77-year-old dementia sufferer Betty Blacker.
We're going over to see Mrs. Blacker. She's been located. She's over at her son's place having some lunch. So we're just going to go over inside her and see if she can tell us anything about her little adventure she had.
Fortunately, Betty was found by police, safe and well, just a few blocks from her retirement village. And she's not looking too bad either, after almost 30 hours on the streets.
Too bad. You're not missing at the moment.
I'm Lee. How you going?
That's Lee. Ah. So you'll be glad to be home then?
I've been home for a long while. I mean, that happened ages ago, and I can't remember a lot about it either.
What can you remember?
I don't know what I can remember now. It seems so long ago.
Yeah, well, all we know, we got a call that you'd sort of gone missing from home. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then sort of after that, we don't know where you went.
No, neither do I.
You can't remember?
No, I think I was somewhere down near the harbour. I don't know whether I was under the harbour bridge or not.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I might have been there because it's my harbour and I like it and I go down there a lot.
Yep.
And I'm a water person.
Yeah. It's a beautiful spot there, isn't it?
It is.
Can you remember the police picking you up?
No, well, I can't really. No, because I've got Alzheimer's.
Yes, I know that, yeah. No. Yep.
And it's very handy at times. I'm sorry, but it is.
Yes.
And you know, it takes less energy to smile than it does to frown. So if you all laugh now, you'll be right.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's a good result. Mrs. Black is home safe and well. She doesn't remember much at all about her exercise at all. Just the memory's just gone. But there's now provisions being put in place at the nursing home where, you know, she just won't be allowed to go out willy-nilly and she'll just go out in groups and she'll be kept an eye on. But it's a great result.
And a good result in the case of Mandili Barletta too. He finally returned home to his dad.
You're the man we come to see?
Yeah, I so.
How are you?
Yeah, right.
Steve. Mandili, is it?
Yeah.
So, mate, a few things got to you?
Yeah, get away for a little bit.
Yeah. Mate, just remember, just to let someone know, because like, a few people have been quite worried about you, including your father, your mother.
Yeah, I didn't really think of the consequences, to tell you the truth, Should have came here first of all, but just wanted to get away.
Yep, speak to a man of probably wealth of wisdom. Yeah. You know, been there, done that.
Yeah, no.
They come to me, go to the police. They are counsellors. I mean, once you get the numbers, you speak to someone first and at least exhaust the available, you know, resources before you leave everyone in a panic.
Yeah, just wanted to get away, go and have a bit of fun up the coast and... Yeah, no.
Trouble is, mate, it sends all alarm bells ringing, like...
Yeah, I know. I didn't really think of the consequences.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, mate, but puts people under stress. Cool. Right, yeah.
Mandili reckons he wasn't running from loan sharks, but was more depressed about the breakup with his fiancée and needed time out.
We can get some phone numbers and that, and you can contact them.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That'd be great.
OK, it's just good to see you OK, mate?
Yeah.
So your dad's relieved, your mum's relieved?
Yeah, that's good, at least, yeah.
So, but just remember, just let someone know.
Yeah, no.
It's good to see Mandela's home. He's got a good father who can probably help him with his problems. I think he can get himself back on track and I think he can have a great life.
Across town, months of anguish are about to end for Janet as she's reunited with her cousin, Marlene. It's an emotional moment for everyone.
How about Janet? Good news?
You're making me. Stop it.
Oh, Carol. He hasn't told you. Violet hasn't told you.
Wonderful people.
Thank you. Thanks.
And while Marlene plays it down, Janet couldn't be happier.
I just can't put it in words. If you're looking for so long and then you have no contact at all, and then you just cry yourself to sleep and thinking, just praying to say, I hope to God she's okay. You know, this is the happiest moment of my life. This is so beautiful to see.
Janet, she cares about everybody. Janet, she cares about everybody. It's very...
And you.
That's a great result. I couldn't hope for any better, and I don't think Janet's going to let go of Marlene anytime soon, and that's what family's all about, making contact and letting someone know that you're there and you care, so everything's good.